have the privilege of listening to us. All right. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Good afternoon, good morning, good day, your time. So, today we are here to discuss yet another interesting edition of our Friday seminars. And these seminars, today's own is going to be very explosive, and we're going to be going into areas and family issues and discussing. It's going to be more of interactive session. We have somebody in our midst who is going to be the guest speaker for today. She was here last week and the content was just so many. We couldn't finish everything. So we decided to bring her again this week. And I want to thank her, Miss Nonye. Thank you so much for affording us, the luxury of having your time today. In the US, time is money. And I don't know if I can even pay her. I used to be able to pay her before when she worked for us in Decency NCLEX Academy. But now I don't know if I can pay her again. But this is just like corporate work of charity, of mercy. So she's actually, just supporting people back home, people from different countries. She's supporting them to make sure that they get enough information before you come. Before you come. It's very important that you get it, you gather these informations that we are, spreading here is very important that you get all of them. So last week we dived into Nonye's journey. We dived into different area of our clinical and cultural adaptation. But there are some part of the program which is the couples goal that we listed on our flyer that we were not able to get into, and that is a very big issue. I just felt last week that there's no how we can just sweep this under the carpet because coming to the US is not an escape route from issues, from different problems. In fact, this morning when I woke up, I was just like, thinking about a lot of things that has happened. And something just came to my mind. I said, savings, that you're saving money in your bank account is not an escape route from poverty. You cannot say, I'm saving money, and because of that, you're not going to be poor. People still save and become poor. You understand? And then, even if you say coming to America, it's not an escape route from poverty. You can actually come here, and at the same time, if you are not very prudent in handling your finances, you might still be poor in the midst of plenty. You might still be poor in the midst of plenty. So we are going to be going into a lot of discussions today. First of all, let me welcome our guest. Noye, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
You are welcome again. And I
Thank
know, just like always, you're going to give us the best of you. All right. How is the family? How is everyone doing?
Everybody's fine. We're doing great. The girls, they've gone to school. It's only me and my son. My husband have gone to work.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, Naya, you're welcome to today's show. As you may have seen in the comment section, we have people from Liberia, people from Kenya, people from UK, people from Nigeria. So everyone is here. And one of the things that we wanted to do today, and I hope if you're at home, I want you to do something for me. If you're at home, because somebody chatted me up today and said, I am Dr. So and so, and he said, I listen to your shows every Friday with my wife. You understand? And I commended that. I commended it because I want people to actually be able to listen to this show with your wife because it's not good that you're not carrying your partner along with what is happening in the process. Okay, so if you are in a place where you can grab your husband to listen to the show with you, I want you to do that. Okay, because today's topic is going to be something that we all need. Okay, so now, Noye, I just want us to kind of deliberate on this a little bit. So is about money, but the way I want to introduce the topic is a lot of people, most of the times when we come to the United States, we're coming here for greener pastures. And
Mm-hmm.
to some people, Nonye, this greener pastures has actually become a problem in their marriage. The issue,
Yes.
the issue of money, the issue of money in terms of, the husband has his own money, the wife has her own money, and then there are needs everywhere coming from back home. You find out, if you find out, that your husband is doing a very big project back home without your information. You are the primary applicant, in the journey, and your husband is embarking on building a very big edifice in his home country, and you don't even know it. You are not aware. So how do people, because this is an issue that someone brought to me recently, how, as a wife that want to be a virtuous wife, how would you handle if you really want to be a virtuous wife? If there's anything like that. So you just found out that, someone you called your husband is building a mansion for the father and the mother. It's not even like the mansion is for you both. It's a family house, that is being built. And it's not in your name. It's not in the husband's name. It's just a family house. How do you handle such kind of issue?
Okay. First of all, I want to say good morning to everybody. It's still morning here, and good evening, good afternoon, everywhere you are. And thank you once again for this privilege, Sir Decency. I appreciate. God bless you. Now, to the question that you threw at me, it's a very sensitive one, but I'll be very straight with it. Now, you said the question says, how are you going to handle such issue if you find out that your partner is doing a big project back home and you are not aware how you're going to do it so that the marriage does not break and you want to remain a virtuous woman. Now, let me go straight to the point. So, decency. Nobody's gonna remain a virtuous wife after such situation. Let's be frank. Virtuous wife, the Bible told us in Proverbs chapter 31, the Bible listed out a lot of characters and traits that is expected of the woman. Now, let's just remove that word virtuous. You can still remain a good woman, right? You don't want the marriage to break, but that one virtuous, it's going to be hard. Now, so let me come from this angle. Now, if you find out that your husband, because it has happened to at least two people I know here, and I know how they went about it. Number one, the first person that it happened, she found out that her husband bought about 30 plots of land in Nigeria, in Abuja. And this lady, she's the principal applicant. She's the nurse. The man is not even a nurse. The man is doing Uber and all that. So he stopped bringing money for bills in the house. So the lady, and she was now wondering, okay, during tax or filing, when they file tax, she now found out that the man made about $60,000 for that year. She was now asking, you didn't contribute for bills in the house all through this year. So how come you were able to make up to $60,000? You kept on saying you don't have money, don't have money. So the man now said that he wanted to use Grago as a man to he wanted to use Mozo as a man to like shut the lady up. The lady stood her ground, but finally how they went about it was that the man now opened up that he bought about 3 plots of land in Abuja and he was already building on one without the lady knowing, and he bought the land on his name. The lady's name is not involved, and this lady is here struggling with bills, mortgage, everything in the house. So how the lady went about it is that, first of all, she told the man if he's not going to bring part of the mortgage, she doesn't want divorce. She doesn't want their children to lose their father. That she's going to stop feeding him, like stop bring. He's going to stop. He should stop eating her food. That was the first thing she did. He should stop eating her food. It says that she's going to cook in the house. She cooks in the house. When she's done cooking, she serves her children food. She works night. She goes to work. Then after cooking in the house, right? Then what she's going to do is that she packs the other ones and puts in the freezer. So now, if the man comes back home, he's tired, nobody's going to serve him food. And you know that sometimes when you come back from work so tired, if you don't see food that is already warmed or dished out, you may just want to go to sleep like that. I remember we were hailing him that time that he was losing weight, like because he's big on the big side. I didn't know that things were going on in the house. So I'm trying to be cautious in my words, that because if this person hears, they may know, but I'm not mentioning the name, right? So I'm trying to be, because it's a sensitive matter. So we saw him; he was losing weight. So, but finally, I'll use the word. She dealt with him. She didn't divorce him. She didn't go fighting him, but she made sure she showed the man pepper. Pepper in the sense that because she earns more than him, both the food aspect, she will clear the both the one in the freezer, both the one in the fridge. She makes sure that he doesn't have an access to it. So hunger showed him pepper, but after some time he now started apologizing. Like almost like 6 months she dealt with him. Then he now saw that the lady didn't put up with it. He saw the way she reacted. Then he now apologized. Then he apologized and he now promised that he was going to start participating in the mortgage and the much he can. God so kind, he started contributing at least a particular amount to the mortgage. If somebody is able to help you pay half of your mortgage, then you handle the other bills as the person earning the most in the house. It goes a long way for you than them leaving all the bills for you. So that's how this lady handled her own. The other person, what she did was that she just removed her mind in the sense that she didn't want to that's okay. Let me say this thing before I continue. As a human being, like I said last week, if you know how you and your partner were behaving in Nigeria, if your marriage was already shaking before you come to the United States, it's going to shake more. So if the marriage is already having some issues, then what I will encourage you to do as a woman or as a man, if it's the wife that is troubling you or the woman that is troubling you or the man that is troubling you, start building yourself to be emotionally independent of your partner. I do not say you should stay unattached to your partner. You're going to be attached, but start building yourself emotionally independent. So that when some things like this come up, it's not going to break you so much. You'll be angry, but it will not break you so much. I don't know how to put it that you're going to understand. If things like this come up, it will not break you so much. Like I said, oh sorry, this thing is kind of distracting me. Another thing she did again here in the United States was that she focused on her children. She tried to like divert her attention to her children, focus on her job, focus on improving herself. Because when this kind of thing is going to pain you very well, is if the man you are doing this thing with, the man is building and you are not building. Building is not about building a house. The person is growing and you are not growing. That is why they tell us that as a lady or as a man, anywhere you find yourself, make sure you are growing. Make sure they don't meet you where they left you. Make sure you are not stagnant. If your partner is doing their masters, you start doing your masters. If your partner is doing certification courses, start doing certification courses. If your partner is growing spiritually, you too grow spiritually, because life can hit anybody anytime. And once life hits, just like this kind of situation, you don't want it to break you so much that it will affect your job, it will affect your activity. Then at the end of it, learn to take care of yourself. Now, if so, this one is two scenarios of people. This is what happened. If I find myself in such situation, I don't want to talk, but like I said, the word virtuous should be taken out of this. I will try my best. Like, I don't want to break the home. I don't want to, so long as there's no domestic violence and there's no cheating, I don't want the home to break, right? Because I don't want my children to lose their father. The presence of a father in the home, no matter, so long as the father is not a drunkard, so long as he's not bringing women into the house, so long as he's not smoking, let me tell you, in the house, the man, he does a lot in the house. Like I said last week, my daughters, I'm going, if I say go and do this one, Sharon, go and do this, I may say it like 3 times or 4 times before she goes to do. But her father is going to say it once, and she's going to, like, in fact, before their father even talks, she already know the message he's communicating. He already knows what he's trying to pass to her. So if you find yourself in such situation, I wouldn't say you should divorce the man. The only time I'm going to say, if or you if you are thinking about divorce, is maybe the marriage is already at the edge of breaking. Maybe the man has done you something that you are trying to let go. Then let's say, for instance, the man cheated on you and you found out, or you found out that the man is doing, like, I know one of us here in this our new Mexico, that the husband, they can stay for months without having conjugal, bedroom activities. Then you begin to wonder how are they doing it, because you can't tell me that a marriage is still existing and you and your partner will not make out. Even they say they can stay 6 months, 1 year. But I got to find out on 2 occasions I've seen this person sleeping out with, I don't know how, I don't know the word to call them. All those people that works at night, all those kind of things. So what I'm trying to say, that if I find myself in such situation and I now discover that the man is doing such a thing, and now this kind of thing now happens, and I found out that he's building mansion in Nigeria, sincerely, it will take the grace of God not to take the next step, either separation. Because for a marriage to get to that point, it means that the marriage is already breaking, or that the man is investing his emotions somewhere, or investing his physical the things he has somewhere else. So he does not value his wife, he does not value his children. So when you have seen that a man does not value you and does not value your children, what you have to do as a woman, for me, I will not go and fight that man. Yes, so I will not fight. I'm the last person that's going to fight a man or fight a woman because of a man that chooses to misbehave himself. Yes, so I know they hide my man. I'm the last one that's going to fight a man because of some kind of things. I will use my silence. I'll use my silence to finish you. And again, I'm going to use my growth to finish you. That's why I say you must be growing. I'm telling you, that's how you are going to grow. Even that's how you are going to grow in your career, grow in your surrounding, everything about you. And you focus on yourself. Take care of, like, be so selfish, you're taking care of yourself. That partner that is going crazy, doing those things in Nigeria, I'm telling you, by the time you now use prayers to scatter their head, bam, 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 in your secret place, they will, like, it may take time, but their head is going to return back, and they'll now start looking for your face. But
Nice.
if such a thing happen and you start feeling self-pity, you start crying, you start feeling broken and all, let me tell you, that man is going to do times two. He will know that that one broke you. Yes, so he will go and build another mansion. By the time he has done 1 and 2 or 3, the next thing is going to tell you that he wants to divorce, or he's tired of the marriage, or he wants to go back to Nigeria. But if you are growing, developing yourself, you are cashing out. That growth I'm talking about is both money included, though, not just gathering a certificate and you're not, your account is not increasing. For me, or any thing that is going to any course certification I'm going to do, that is not going to, at the end of the day, add knowledge and also add to my bank account, I'm not going to do that certification. Yes, so that's why you're not hearing me talking about going to do MP or DMP. Yes, people are doing MP or DMP and all that. Me, I'm not pressured. When I'm ready, I don't think I'm going to do it. I want to do my masters, but I don't want to do MP. I don't want to do DMP. If I change my mind tomorrow, fine. But for now, I don't want to do, because I don't want to do something I'm going to do. My knowledge is increasing, but my bank account is not increased. Then there's no point for spending the money, yes, or investing in that knowledge. So that's my own point of view. So what I'm trying to say is that learn to grow yourself spiritually, physically, financially, academic wise, career wise. So if you find us, and also train yourself to be emotionally independent of a partner, then if such a thing happens, you find yourself, you are going to show them that you can do without them, and that you can be independent of them, and that you are not broken. Even if you are broken, don't show it to them. I'm telling you, that person is going to come back. Their head is going to rewind. Then another person I know that
No,
can do.
remember there are good husband though. I'm a good husband.
Yes, I'm coming. I said that they are good ones. This thing I said now is not this thing. It's not bad. It's not a bad something. Like I said, that you don't want to divorce, right? You are going to give them a benefit of that. Benefit of that is these things I mean. You trying to grow yourself, trying to stay emotionally independent of them while you are doing the spiritual work. You keep on praying and trusting God that if somebody don't twist the man brain, or somebody is talking the man into doing such a thing, or the man just woke up one morning to decide on such, because he has not been like that, then you are going to give them the benefit of doubt. You understand? For that, give them the time to see they're going to retrace their steps. I don't know if you get my point. So
I'm getting
then
you. I'm getting you. It's the
then
only
another.
thing.
Okay,
uh,
I can hear you, sir.
the only thing is that we are trying to be very real, very transparent on this show.
This is, yeah.
Yeah, I know for sure. I know that there is a place in marriage where, people have come to, and trust. If you have developed that trust in your partner, both of you do things together and it works for you. Just like Noye said, I'm in agreement with what you're saying. If it works for you from back home, just know that you would still do more work on it, but it's going to work for you here. You understand? But the problem is if it's already shaking from back home, these are the things that are supposed that you're going to see that we have seen in other people's life. Money will be an issue, especially when it comes to sharing responsibility in the home. The wife will make maybe $1,000, the husband will make $200. And then how do you expect somebody who makes $200 to pay the bill, to do all the things? The person will not be able to do it, and then there will be problem. And then another thing again that I have seen, is relatives and pressure from back home. Is a lot. When people start pressuring you, your mother will say, do this, don't tell your wife. Your husband will say, do this, don't tell your husband. Must you tell him everything? Will he be the one sending money to us? And the rest of them. By the time you allow those things to sink in and begin to affect the way you treat your partner that you're living with in the same house here in the US, problem will begin to grow. And then another
Yeah.
thing is domestic violence. If the husbands are come close, come close, come close. I want to give you one single advice. Never you. In
Yes, so it will
anything that
ruin
you
you.
never you ever. No matter how angry you are, it's even better you leave the house, go and sleep in a hotel. You understand? I'm not saying
Yes.
do that. Remember I said I wore my military cap. And if you come for me after this show, I'll come for you. If you come for me, I'll come for you. But I'm telling you, never you ever lay your hands on your wife. In the United States,
It will ruin
sorry,
your record. It will wreck you.
even anywhere, it's not supposed to. But in the United States
They
court,
don't play with it.
court, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You're not going to win, no matter the allegation. Even if you
Yes,
have
so
evidence where she's having a gun, pointing it at your head, saying, I will kill you. So far, she did not kill you, and you now gave her a wound, or you beat her, and there is evidence. There will be an everlasting consequence. It will never leave your file. Anywhere you go to look for work, if you do fingerprinting on you, they will see domestic violence.
yeah.
Anywhere, 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 anywhere you go. Never you ever do that. It's going to spoil everything that you have put your hand in. It's an
Let me
advice.
talk.
I just
Let me
want
say
to.
one thing on this
Okay, go ahead.
one.
Go ahead.
There is this family and there's these people that they when they came in here, the woman came in as a nurse. The woman came in as a nurse. The man came in as electric engineer. So after some time, when the woman is earning more money, some men they start becoming jealous and all that. Instead of them to be happy that the woman is growing. So this man, he rose hand on the woman. I think he even came after her with knife.
Hmm.
So finally, it was the woman that called the cops with her by her hand, with her own hands. So when she called the cops, I'm not saying this that the people that have intention of hitting their wife tomorrow they will not say okay they can. No, everybody will not be that woman. It's everybody that have good heart to like bring down the case. So after she did this thing, she called the cops herself and they took the man. Evidence is there. The man has hit her. The knife is there. The man did not stab her, but the knife is there and all that. So finally, the case was taken to the court and everything. It was one thing that was left. They would have sentenced that man to jail, but the woman dropped the case because of the children. Do we know we women do because of the children? The woman dropped the case, and before that, the man started pleading. The man showed remorse and all that. But finally, so she dropped the case. Now, what I want to say, now she dropped the case. After some time, if they did both expunging and all, the thing fell off the man's background. But it took a while. But while the thing was still going to fall off his background, the man now spoke to himself. Then he went back. He went to do nothing. He did nothing. He did the bridge program. Then he now did his masters. The woman is an MP. The woman is an MP now. The man has his masters in nursing, and they're both of them. The family is. This is like 4 years from that time now. They're both of them. They are doing very well. The family is now. So some people it may happen so that everybody will learn their lesson. I don't know why some people it may not happen. You understand? But if you have anger issues, please drop your anger issues at the airport before you leave. Because if it doesn't ruin you at home, it's going to ruin you at work. You can't come to work and start raging or start shouting at people or start yelling at people. You can't even raise your voice. Like I said last week, this voice this is not what the voice I used to talk at work. I talk calmer than this at work because they are going to say that I'm kind of yelling or I'm being defensive and all that. So please, like Statistics said, domestic violence, they don't used to play with it there. It's a very serious issue. Like if you are coming to New Mexico is a place that they don't joke with it. They said that one of their active basketballers here, the female, she used to, like, she was a champion. It was her boyfriend that killed her. So they don't joke with the domestic violence in New Mexico because the boyfriend found out she was having an affair with somebody else. So he shot her and she died. So New Mexico, they are very, very serious. In fact, if the woman is not even going to press charges, the state themselves, they are going to press charges against the man, except the woman. Maybe the first case, the woman can say, okay, I want to drop this case. But if it happens again the second time, the woman will never have a say. They will sentence the man and he will pay all the money involved and everything involved. He's going to serve his terms. So please, both the woman too, please don't hit a man. Don't hit a man. Don't provoke a man. Don't slap a man because a man too can fight domestic violence and he's going to win if there's evidence against you as the woman too. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that's going to take us to the next topic. But this is not exhaustive. I know that, it's just the thing about this topic is that a lot of families are suffering. Forget what you see on social
Yes.
media.
Yeah,
Forget
so
forget the nice houses, the good
you
things
have to
that
fight to you have to fight
forget.
that sorry you have to fight to get to a point. Like somebody like myself, oh, I knew, like, both spiritually, not like physical fight. So you have to take some decisions. You have to stand your ground, either as the man or as a woman. You have to set boundaries. If you come to the US, many of us, like, the wahala, like I said, wahala plenty. Like, it's not all that glitters that are gold. You understand? We know those that are living fine in their homes. Some of us know what we went through before we got to the point. We got to an agreeing point, or equilibrium and all that. So be ready. It's not like you are going to see domestic violence and all that, but one or two things is going to shake your marriage. Everything's not going to be going, blooming and
Domestic
all that, or
violence. Yeah,
beautiful.
it might be
Yes.
money, it might be something
Yes, it might
else.
be money. It might be even the man wanting to cheat and all that. Because some of us, we come here, we women, we abandon ourselves, we forget ourselves, and we are using work to kill ourselves. And you leave the man at home. You want to finish yourself with work. You're not, no skincare, nothing, nothing. You're not taking care. You're not eating good food, and you begin to shrink as a woman. Yes, so the man. Yes, I'm not. I cannot enable cheating. Is a deal breaker for me. I'm not gonna like enable or cheating, but some of us, we are the one that are the enablers. Like, you now forget about yourself, you abandon yourself, and know that then you leave the man, you now carry all the burden on yourself. Then the man has the time to now, some men that don't have self-discipline, they begin to flex about, they begin to chat everything scared on social media, and before you know, that's it. Before you know, you all tell that he wants to travel to Nigeria, he wants to travel to your country. He's not traveling, he wants to go and hook up with somebody. Then when he goes, then he comes back to you, and if you are not careful, that's why now CHIV is everywhere. It's spreading everywhere. People are even scared to even faithful partners now. While are there for house? So so exploring these things.
Do you know that one of the very, very pathetic story that I've handled was a lady called me and said, Decency. He said, I have treated infection 3 times. I don't cheat on my husband. Where is it coming from?
Hi.
He said, where is it coming from? If it's not through him. He said he's not cheating, but I know, I can swear on it that he is. How can you go to a hospital, they tell you have candida, they tell you have some sexual transmitted disease.
Syphilis, where did it come
You
from?
understand? Where is it coming from? You are not, you are sure. You're sure of yourself, but you're not sure of your partner. If you get to that point, it becomes an issue because it's almost like a thing of life and death. Somebody
Yes,
you're
so
with in the same house, gonna go out and you don't know where the person is. Transparency. If you have not really bonded with your spouse, this time of retrogression is actually one of the things that you should do. It's a
start
time
doing it.
for you to bond, it's a time for you to draw each other close to God because you have to believe in something for you to survive in this country. If you don't believe in your marriage, you don't believe in God. If your husband is not teachable, there's nobody that can talk to him and he will listen. You know, in this US, I don't know what to tell you, but you're going to be on your own because even if he
Yeah.
hits you, there's nobody that you can call. You cannot call anybody. He doesn't listen to anybody. Nobody is his mentor. Nobody is his father. Even his father, if he has one, cannot even tell him to stop and he just takes a break. You understand? So these are some of the guideposts that you should start setting from back home. Make sure you set it, make sure you put it in place before you even start coming. This is one of your assignments. Do it before you come, because if you don't, if you're hoping that you're coming to a land filled with milk and honey, like I said at the beginning of the show, those milk and honey will cause diabetes in your marriage. I'm telling you the gospel truth. You understand? It will cause a lot of issues in your marriage and you will not be able to bear it. Most marriages, I'm telling you. In fact, one of my major concern is I know a marriage of someone, the marriage is already broken, but the wife is still giving marriage advice on social media. Is as in they've gone to court, they've did everything and they've separated. The case went in the favor of the man. But the wife, if you see her on social media telling people, don't worry, the devil is fighting your marriage, keep on going, just keep on. I will be like, what's happening? Is there something, happening on this person's brain? Where is this coming from? Because I know even your own, we were all begging you to calm down. You say, no, 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 you want to go. At the point, you stop picking my call. You understand? So, but I'm just telling us that there is challenges ahead. And the best you can do for yourself right now is to handle the most important thing that God has given you, which is marriage. If you have not married and you're privileged to be on this show, this is an eye-opener for you. You have to find out who you want to marry and then also know who you want to marry, because don't marry your enemy. That's all I can say. Don't
Yeah.
marry somebody that you cannot even trust with your life. I've seen families that once they open a bottle of milk and put it in the fridge, the other person cannot eat it because they are suspecting each other of poison. The other person, if they open something, anything that is open in the house, even if somebody cook now, the other person cannot eat it. You come back and cook your own. You wash the plate very well so that you don't know if the poison was smeared on the plate. Just so much of suspicion, so much of mistrust going on, and everybody is living in the same house. You can imagine that kind of being in, and you can't talk to neighbor. Everybody is on his own in this country. Is a good opportunity for you to work on your marriage. All right. So now, next thing I want to go into is the issue of will. I've seen a lot of people also will becoming an issue. You go to a place and you're filling a form and they say, who is your next of kin? And instead of you to put your husband, you remember that you have a sister in Texas, and then you write
Yeah.
the name of your sister in the form. Is this good? Is this so? How will I put the question? Is this in any way? Is it supposed to be in any way? Can you use the name of your own relative as your next of kin when you have your children and you have your husband? Is it supposed to be done? Noye, what do you think about this issue?
Um, what I think about this is also a sensitive matter or issue. If this thing comes from two angles, if you have been living fine with your partner and you have been doing well together, and he has been transparent with you, or you have been transparent to the woman, I don't see the reason why you should use your sister as a next of kin. Yes, I don't see the reason why you should use your sister as a next of kin when you have husband and you have children. The only time the next of kin it should go outside, like this kind of case, is if this man has dealt with you as a woman and he has shown you on every side that if anything happens to you tomorrow, your children, they don't have a covering, they don't that he doesn't send them, or he's not going to be after them. Or maybe you come down with a chronic illness and he has shown you in different angle that he will not stand for you, he will not be by you, and he has not been supportive to you at home, both with bills and domestic chores and all that. Sincerely, let me not lie to you, please. If you just want to cover the main thing is you want to cover your kids, right? And before you use siblings or anything for next of kin, please know the kind of people you are using, because we have had cases where they use siblings as next of kin and they squander the money or the property of the person that demised or passed away when they were no longer capable. So for me, I don't know, instead of me to use sibling, yes, so I will use my children. If get to the point that I no longer trust my husband. I don't know if you get the point. If you, like I said, if you get to the point that the man has given you all the green lights and red light that he's not going to be there for you, he's not going to support you, he has maltreated you, maybe even domestic violence has been involved, or he has been cheating on you, done a lot of things to you as the woman, or you as the woman doing it to the man. Yeah, you can use your children, but for siblings, I don't really know. I have two feelings about. I have mixed feelings about that of siblings. I have good siblings, someone like me, so I don't know about another person's siblings. But we have seen cases where people handed their things to their siblings and their children suffered. So if in the case of like America here, instead of the siblings and all that, there are ways you can guide your funds. It will go in favor of your children, except you have useless children. But if your children are not useless, and you know that they are reasonable and they are growing up, you see that they are growing in a good path, then you have to secure the future for them. Like me, I'm all about my children. I'm not playing about it. So everything that I'm going to do financially, both the life insurance, both the trust, everything to do, so that these children, God forbid, if they find you tomorrow, they don't see you, the children will not go and be stranded, and life will not hit them so hard or so bad. So the point is this: if you have a good partner, you have a good partner that has been supportive of your career or supportive of your dreams, supportive of everything you have been doing. Please, with all due respect, for God's sake, just he should be your next of kin. But if it's the other way around, that you don't cry tire for that partner, like you are every day of your life in that marriage is shedding tears, and there are people that every day of their life in their marriage they shed tears, they cry, because sometimes the man may not be domestically violating the woman. It can be emotional abuse, which is even the worst. That one can kill somebody. It can make you go mad. So
Hmm.
if you are faced
I
with
think the
such,
women are the one that do this a lot too. There's a woman that told me, no, 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 this is not a joke. There's a woman that told me that the husband will never go to the other thing until 1 year. That after 1 year, she will know if the man wants to stay or not. In this America, oh, I'm telling you,
the one
that
that
she
is the
will
one.
serve the guy of that thing for 1 year. And she's doing it, oh. She's doing it. I think she's in her second month now. You
No,
understand?
me. If we fight, we quarrel, we do this thing. See, we have for me, that's how my marriage, built my marriage. We get to the point that we fought or we quarreled or we are not, reach it does not reach that aspect of. No, I don't, because me, no, the body needs it now. You need to relax. You need to stay alive. You need to function
You
very
know,
well.
some
So,
people, their anger is
except the
more
man
than
is
their
a thief,
emotion. You
except the
understand?
man
When
is
they
a
are
thief.
angry, they can't soft pedal for that.
They
You have
can,
to
yeah, I know
address
people
it.
like that.
You have
But
to
before you know it,
address
if you
the
start
issue.
making it as a habit, it will get to 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months,
Yeah.
6 months, 7 months. I know people that the two of them they stay 6 months without having sex. So you stay up to 6 months without having sex as partner. Then what are you doing in the building? You are living
Mm.
as flatmates.
Tenant. It's just
Yeah,
called tenant.
yeah, you're living as tenants. So for me, it doesn't make sense. So anything that is going to get to the point of affecting your conjugal activities from you try and avoid it. I know sex is not everything. It's not everything, but I don't know how I'm going to stay 1 year when I have a man in the house. Yes, then there's no point living together, except the man has cheated or he has given me reasons that he's
No, no,
cheating,
no, no.
and
Even the lady knows that the guy is not cheating. You understand?
then what to
He
know? Then
knows that
something.
he can vouch for the guy that he's not cheating.
Then she
But
needs
because
counseling
there
now.
has been there has been domestic violence in the house, and that is
Oh, okay.
affecting her mentally.
Oh,
So
okay, okay,
she has
okay.
been using that as
No,
one
no,
of
no,
her
no.
major. You cannot. I
Okay.
say, let this
But
go.
at the sense,
That
let's be
this,
frank.
yeah.
How can somebody be hitting a woman and you cannot be hitting a woman,
No,
hit a woman, you give her mark and you want her to come and open. No, it's not going to do this thing now.
agreed. I said it now. We're not encouraging that at all point. You understand? But if something happened by accident and then it has already been atoned for, somebody
Oh,
has
okay.
begged, been having a party to it, the guy has
Okay.
knelt down, begged, cried, done everything.
And he
Please,
has
someone,
changed. He has
you know.
changed, truly,
It
truly.
has changed. Everybody, sees that. And sometimes, to be honest, sometimes women also, they are the enabler of beating. You understand? If I use your word, enabler. Sometimes the women that I'm talking about, sometimes, those that have very mouth that is sharper than two-edged sword. You
Yeah, some of us
understand?
have,
You will not
yeah.
beat your guy, but in the spiritual realm, you're giving him blows with your mouth. You understand? That's what it is. And then he replies in the physical. You understand? And then he's the one that is going to go to jail or but this one did not even go to jail. It was a family issue. I
Okay.
was called in, it was resolved. The guy bent down, knelt down, begged, pleaded. This girl said, after everything, no, until 1 year. then I will come and ask you if you still want this marriage or you want a divorce. You can imagine. You can
That
imagine
means
the kind of
the lady
goal
is already out. Her mind is out
out, right?
emotionally. Yes, she's
Yeah.
out already. Yeah. There's one family that live in California. This thing it happened like that. This one was not even domestic violence. The lady found that, okay, what happened is that one of their child died from drowning. So it died from drowning, and that was their first son. I'm going to be sensitive more these things, because if this person, they will know that he died from drowning, right? So after that time, they now had three other children. The three other children were girls. So the man kept on feeling that the lady was at fault. The lady is a nurse, the man is not a nurse. So he feels that the lady was the one, it was her fault. That why will you leave the boy, a child? And there's this trampoline pool, this
Yeah,
plastic
yeah,
pool
yeah.
in the backyard.
Plastic one.
So that was where the boy drowned. He entered there, they were not there. So now another of their child again, they had, I think, the second one. All this vaccine campaign they've been having, whether vaccine is causing people
Autism.
autism in the hair. So that
Hey.
at 18 months, that child got one of the vaccine, and the child, the physical everything changed, both the brain. So the man, I don't know, the man just checked out of the marriage emotionally. The man started doing this without letting the lady know. He bought house in Nigeria. He was going to start a business. How the lady found out? She found out about the business from email. She was just going through his email, and she found out about that one. Then she now said to herself, instead of me to keep on, there was no domestic violence, but there was emotional abuse. So she was like, instead of us to keep on living miserable like this, I think I'm going to let him go. You understand? Then she told the man, what do you want? The man said he wants divorce. And
Mm.
that they divorced quietly. Now the lady is with the other three children. Thank God her mother already has them more,
Exactly.
and her father already has their green card. So it's easy. So she didn't go through all those processes alone. But the divorce was very quiet. Now the man he's living on his own. I think he went back to Nigeria. But now
Mhm.
for this particular lady you're talking about, if she has checked out emotionally, instead of making life miserable for the man and herself, I think it's better they may not divorce. They can do separation.
Yes. Do
Get
you
to
know?
a point that you can do separation. You
Mhm.
can do 2 months, 3 months separation, 4 months. I know there is this couple I follow on Instagram. They separated for 1 year. Yeah, 1 year or 2 years, because the man cheated and all that. So the lady couldn't put up with it. They are white, but I follow them. So they separated, and during that separation, everybody went on their ways because they wanted the marriage to still work. So it's like a probation period before they now get to the stage of divorce. And God so kind, they now got their senses back. They came back together. It's 2 years now. They are waxing strong. The marriage is
Mhm.
better. We've not heard anything about cheating. So if it
Mhm.
gets to that point, you can separate so that people don't enjoy yourself in the house.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you don't want to enjoy yourself. You don't want to wound yourself. So if you get to that point, go for separation. If you cannot go for separation, if you want to do divorce immediately, please just, like, for your mental health. This life is too short to live miserably. Yes, if
Mhm.
it's not working, it's not working.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. So there's a lot that we have to unpack in this topic. But before we go further, I'm going to give room for people to ask questions because I know we have touched on a lot of topic, and I also
Okay.
want to give you opportunity because I know you might have one or two things that you want to share, with us, especially in the area of business because that's an area that we did not touch the last time. So I would like you to tell us. You said something about children that you don't joke with your children, that anything you can do for your children. A lot of people that are on this call, why they want to come to the United States may not even be because of their husband.
It's because
It's
of children.
actually because of their children. Most of the people that are in their home country, they are doing well. In fact, if you want to enjoy your money, in your home country is the best place to enjoy your
Yeah.
money. You understand? So here, you just come here, you make the money, you make out time to go back home and enjoy it. So, but some people that are coming because of children, but they don't even know what they are going to be doing for their children. So, can you share from your experience one of those things or one or two of those things that you think people, when they come here, they can make sure if their child don't get, they should get, this is minimum. You understand? This minimum. And I will also chip in at the end of your this thing. There's something that is going on in the United States that I want everybody to be aware of, especially in the area of children. But go ahead.
I would like to hear from you too, that particular one. So now, on the aspect of children, I'll give an example before I go into it. There's this family now. The lady, her husband passed. I think the man was the principal applicant. He brought her to the US, and the lady is a nurse. So they came to the US. I think the man has been the workaholic, like he's been the one working and working, and the lady, maybe she works PRN or minimum, but she does not know plenty things about this man, and she does not know plenty things on how to go about, securing children, both future and everything. Okay, somebody mentioned to her about there's this thing they call the life insurance that most of us has enrolled here. They mentioned it to this lady. She said, no, we Africans say, God forbid, we're not going to fall sick, we're not going to do this one, we're not dying now. But you don't know that life is not in your hands. That's why they say we should plan. Now the man now passed, the man died, and probate now came, and immediately the man died, probate came and they took away the mortgage from them because the mortgage is not under trust, no life insurance, nothing, nothing. Now that lady is stranded because I don't think she was not working so much when the man was alive. And even at workplace, do you know that when people die, you want to support they'll add you to a WhatsApp group, they'll create WhatsApp group and all that, like the one we're doing now for somebody in EAG. I know how much the people have contributed. I'm going to contribute my own next week. So, but this lady, that group, even it has been on for like it's almost 2 months now. They never get up to $1,000. So you see that she does not have cash for herself, and she does not have human human
Right.
wealth for herself too. Now they've collected their mortgage. This lady and her children, they are stranded. I don't know if you get. They started life afresh again. So now, why I mentioned that thing, if you have children, you came to the US with your children, you are saving money because they always encourage us to save money for emergency funds, just in case anything happens to you. Now you are saving money. They teach us about investments. You want to multiply your money, so you engage in one or two things, the ones that are risky and ones that are not risky, because you want to grow your wealth for your children. Now, while you are growing all those wealth for your children, you have to open the life insurance. You engage yourself with life insurance, engage your children too. Like you open like I don't know how to put it out. When the child is time to go to college, they have
Yeah.
money in their
College
account,
fund. College
college
fund.
funds. When it's time, when they get to a particular point in life, you can maybe by 18 years. I'm going to go and check this thing. By 18 years, you can sign up. Give me a second, sir. I don't want to.
Okay.
Just give me a second, please.
Go ahead. So
Yeah.
while we're waiting for Noye, our guest, to come back,
So,
yeah,
like,
I just
thank
want to
you.
recap some things that she has said.
Thank you. Please.
She has actually touched on some few things that I would like us to kind of be mindful of when we come here. Number one, number one is emergency fund. I know that there is going to be pressure when you come to the United States, pressure from back home to send money back home, send them money. People will be calling you, especially some people that you don't even know before. But once they see your, picture on Facebook or any Instagram, they will call you and say, please send us money. Please, before you send any money home, please make sure you have emergency fund. What is emergency fund? Emergency fund is your 6 months mortgage. Any amount that you're paying in your rent or in your mortgage, save it for 6 months and keep, don't touch it. That's emergency fund. Then also on top of the 6 months mortgage, it also include all your utilities, be it what is it called? Phone bill, cable bill, all the bills that you can talk about that you do or you pay in the house. You understand? For 6 months. Save it for 6 months and keep it in an account and don't touch it. Why they always advise that is that people do lose their job in the United States. People can lose their job. When you lose your job, this is the money that you can depend on, at least between when you lose your job till when you get a new one. 6 months should be able to suffice. Another thing that she talked about is life insurance. Life insurance is a good deal for you if you come here. It's a way to save money for your children, is a way to secure yourself, secure their future in case anything happens to you. But it's not all about that. There is a part of it that says it's IUL, universal some index universal life insurance. So that IUL, when they get to 18 years, they can withdraw the money. So you can as well use it as a college fund as well. Then another thing is trust. Whatever you get in this country, I'm a fan of investing in the United States. That's why I did my real estate course. But whatever you get in this country, try and have a game plan, and somebody like a firm, a firm does not die. And even if the owner of the firm dies, the firm will not die. People will still run it. So have an agreement of how you want some of your investments to be handled in the event that you're not around. And then college fund is another thing that she talked about. So now you go ahead. I was just recapping for them.
Okay, yeah, you already said almost everything. So that trust is very important for the aspect of mortgage, because if you disappear today now or anything happens, they'll just come and carry the house you have been, maybe you have paid up to 10 years of mortgage or 15 years, and you have 15 years more to go. Maybe you did the 30 years mortgage, and something now happens in your absence, and your wife is not able to meet up, or your husband is not able to meet up. They'll just come and, or your children, they're not able to meet up. They'll just come and collect the house, and all the money you have paid all these years just goes like that, like disappears or wasted. So, like he mentioned, the IUL, the one for the children and all that. So by the time they get to 18 years or anytime you want to hand it over to them, it's going to pain you. Because like the money, sometimes we can make the payment like once a year. Like you can make the yearly, instead of doing it every month, you can do the together money. Like if you get your tax return, you pay for the one for your children for the whole 1 year. I have 3 kids and you are good like that. So you'll not be doing the monthly payment. But if you cannot do that one, you can be doing the monthly payment. It's pain, it's a pain. Because you know what you're supposed to use that money to do, but it is worth it. That's why most of these white people here, they are not taking unawares. The ones that are sensible, but the ones that are not sensible, they end up in debt. They end up, you see 72-year-old woman or man dragging shift with you at work because they didn't plan themselves. So these countries are all about planning. And let me hit on this side. Sadisha was talking about sending money back home. Let me tell you, you have to place yourself first. Like me now, I came from a poor family. It's now through the grace of God, God has used me to, like, my family, they don't gain grounds by the grace of God. So you are going to, they say richness does not come, your father did not produce one for you. Make sure you don't disappoint, it comes from you. So now, as I am now, that was the time I lose my job. I called Sir Decency. He can remember. I said, this thing has happened back to back twice, and I don't know what's happening. And this is like something that's going to happen to other people, and they will not terminate their job. But if I do it or happens to me, they just terminate my job. I knew something was going on. Something was not okay. It was like happening, like a projection. Something was happening spiritually. Then I had to also sit down to have a recap, reflect on myself. Let me know where I'm not getting it right and all that. But what I'm trying to say is that period I lost my job, I wasn't shaking so bad because I had some savings that were going to carry me and all that, right? Now my family back home, they knew I lost my job, but they could not raise money for me. I don't know if you get the point. They cannot raise, they couldn't raise money for me. If I tell some of my friends, they will be able to, but my own family couldn't raise money for me. But I fund them every month. Like I take care of my parents because like they're my full responsibility. So I take care of them. I do everything for them, but they are not going to be able to even give me even 1-2 million naira, to be able to hold myself until I find a job. So what I'm saying is this now, in essence, prioritize yourself. You are going to send money back home. Yes, when you come here, you are going to take care of families back home, but do it with wisdom. Wisdom is profitable to direct. Don't
Mhm.
lose yourself in the course of doing it. Make sure that any money you are sending, they are using it. It's small, like it's what is worth it, and don't go and present yourself that
Mhm.
you are so rich or you have arrived. And if your mother is the type that talks too much, she wants to show herself, make like caution her and speak to her. Me, my family, they know me. Even though I'm the second child, they know I don't play. I will tell you how it is, and I will tell you how I want it to be. Please don't go and broadcast me. I'm not broadcasting myself, so don't broadcast me. So my mother, that kind of a thing, she has it on her mind. Even when she wants to flex herself, that she will hold herself together because she knows that I am very like street about it. So when you are sending money, don't forget yourself. Send money to people, gift people when you are supposed, when you want to. Like during Christmas now, you know that things are hard in Nigeria. Now people are going back to, children are going back to school next week, school will resume. You can pick one family or two families. If their school fees is within like 100K, it's something you can do. 100K, you pay for that school fees. Don't go and overdo yourself. Don't go and pick school fees of 500,000 or
Mhm.
1 million naira. No, you can do 100K, 150,000 for two families, just as a way of charity. During Christmas, you can reach out to families. You can do 20K, 30K for people that are not your family members, right? I'm not
Mhm.
talking about your own family. Then know the amount, like my parents now, I know the amount I give to them every month for feeding. And if you want to reduce that part, not to be so much on you, you can do things like you can buy, stock the house with rice, oil, fish, and meat. Then the other things, any money you now give to them will be enough for them.
Just
You
pocket
know,
money. Yeah.
if
And
not,
and
you
and
okay.
yeah, sorry, no. Yeah, another thing I want to just slide and say here is that don't allow anybody to guilt trip you. You
Yes,
understand? Don't
yes.
allow any, you cannot solve every family
Everybody,
problem. I
you are
want
not
to
a
tell you
chef,
now, you
Charlie.
cannot solve every family problem. You
Yes.
understand? You can't solve all of them. You understand? Relative will be fine eventually. You understand? When you don't solve it, somebody else will solve it. Because even if you have, God forbid, even if you're not living, someone else will solve that problem. Even they
Yes.
themselves can solve some of the problem they are putting on you to solve. You understand? And somebody said, and I want to say that I don't know if I can say it correctly, but when you give something to someone the first time, is a favor. You're doing them a favor. If you do it
Yes.
second time, it becomes a right. They now have a right. Then if you do it the third time, this becomes like how like a privilege. They are more like they are expecting it. It becomes an expectation. You understand? The third time it becomes an expectation. The first time is a favor. The second time is a right. The third time is an expectation. They are expecting you. You send money January. You send February. Why are you not sending on in March? You understand? Why are you not sending money in March? You understand? It becomes like an expectation. They're expecting you to do it. And for the fourth time, if you don't do it the fourth time, it generates hatred. They will not like you anymore. And sometimes the guilt trip I'm talking about is when you're doing something for 10 times and you don't do one out of 10, or
Hey.
one, you don't do it. You understand? Those 10 things you have done in the past goes to oblivion. Nobody will remember it anymore. It's just that you did not do that one. Everybody will hold on to that. As guilt trip. Don't allow people to guilt trip you. And the only way you can be safe and sound, if you yourself that is making the money tries to make sure that you continue to remain the one being here for yourself, for your kids, and making the money. Like Noe has said, one of the very key things that I'm taking back home from this session is that you should take care of yourself. Take care of
Yes.
yourself. I'm telling you, don't expect that people back home will take care of yourself for you. You
Mm-mm.
understand? You have good brothers, you have good sisters. I agree. You have very excellent people. But when you come here, you're going to be alone. Learn to take care of yourself, and then you can now spread whatever that is remaining to whoever you want to give it to. Always have in your planning, if you plan that you're getting 1,000, you're going to save 500, you pay bills with 300, you can make room for like 100 for charity. And anything that arises at that time, let that 100 go into it. If 100 is not enough, let the person wait for next month when another money for charity will come. You understand? So that's it. Another thing I want to put in the area of children that you have to be mindful about is sleepover.
Hmm?
Is rising in the US. Sleepover, they call it sleepover. So
Okay. No.
your
Yeah.
neighborhood right now. People will like you. In fact, when you pack in, they will bake cake for you. They'll come and give you, and they tell you they have children too, or that they are elderly people, but some children used to come to their house to play. Would you allow your children to come and play? And you say yes, and your children will go there and play and come back. The first night, nothing will happen. Second, because they are trying to build your trust. By the time they build your trust, then they will start working on your kids, molestation,
Yes.
all sorts of things
And
go.
they will now take over your kid's mind.
Exactly. They can even make them hate you. You understand?
Yes.
They can make them call police for you. You understand? So
Yes.
you have to guard whatever that goes into your child's mind. In fact, even school, when your child comes back from school, you're supposed to see the every day. We do it in my house. Sit them down. What happened in school today? Was there any
I do
problem?
same. Yes.
When you continually do that, the child will gain confidence and will be telling you things that happen in school so that you know when to start going to the school to there's something they say in Nigeria, no grief for anybody means don't give anybody chance. You understand? That's what we
Mm-hmm.
do Yeah, because sometimes some people can be funny. Some bullies can be in their schools, and those bullies will be bullying your child. And if you are the child, are the type that scold your child is afraid of talking to you. Your child will be, having depression, and you won't even know. Before you know it, you develop into a big mental problem, and that's when you now see it. But you did not see when it was happening small, small. Those are
Mm.
part of take care of yourself we are talking about. Noye said it. I can't say it so much for you to understand how important it is that you have to take care of yourself, take care of your family, make out time for them. It's not all about making the money, but safeguarding your future. When you're 90 years old, when you're 70 years old in this country, who is going to be with you? Your brother
Yes, so
may not be,
no,
so it's going to be your kids. So it's
yeah,
good for you to invest your time in the upbringing of your kids. You understand?
yeah.
That's what I wanted to mention at that. So now we're opening up the phone lines. We're opening up and asking
Then
you.
sorry, before let me talk
Go
about
ahead.
this sleepover something. That was, let me give you an example. There was one time one of my neighbor, our right hand neighbor, yeah. So they have a daughter. She's the same size with my first daughter, like height. If I'm a, but my she's older than my first daughter. That time she was 10 years. My first daughter was still 8 years or so. Now she's gonna be that girl is going to be like 12 years. My first daughter is going to be 10. So she and her brother they came one day. I went to work and I came back. My husband said that my daughter has told me that the girl and her brother came to her house and they played together. I said, I don't have any issues, right? They are not pure white. They are like all these Mexican people. I didn't have any, I be Dominic. I didn't have any issues with it. Now, another day, that the next 2 days I was at home. I was going to go to work, and they were going to come. I'm like, I don't understand this friendship. I'm not saying that the friendship should not be there. It should be there. We can greet if they do party, they invite us. But now, where I have issues is this. There was one day I came back in the evening and I saw this particular child because the mother living with the man is not them. They are not husband and wife. In this
Mm.
country, man and woman can live, they can cohabit for 20 years, they'll have kids, and children will grow, they will not get married. So now, this girl, the mother and the father are living together, but they are not, in fact, so sorry, that man is not the father of the girl, but
Father.
the mother had the third child, which is for the man, but that man is not her father, and it's not she and that boy too. They are not this. They don't have the same father, but they have the same mother. So three kids for three different men, right? So now I came back that evening and I saw the girl. All of them came back. The girl, the father, the stepfather, and the mother. They came back because I think the lady works in another city. So they go and she goes and come back every Friday. So they came back. That girl, they came back with a boy, not her brother. At that time, she was 10 years. The boy and the girl, they stood in front of their house. The boy held her on the waist, that kind of a thing. I'd not say I'm not saying that it's a boyfriend or anything, but it's no brother is not going to hold the sister the way the guy held her. I knew it was her boyfriend because this place they start boyfriend so early
Very
in
early.
life.
Very early.
So I did not do this thing. So that was why I said no, please. And I told my husband, please, I don't want to see these people in our house. When they have party, when they invite, we can go for the party. But coming to make friendship, I don't want it because now the values are not the same thing. The values they are sharing because she already has a boyfriend at 10 years of age. Me, I didn't even have boyfriend until when I was 20 something years. So imagine my pikin start talking about boyfriend. She will lose focus and start talking about that. So just like Decency said, they can extend the hand of friendship for you, but you have to be sensitive and wise as a serpent. Know when to draw the line. Everybody must not be your family friend here. Yeah, like this I am in this New Mexico now. I may not have close family friends, but I have family friends outside New Mexico. You understand? That are my family friends in this US. So if I can travel to their place and my children will sleep over in their place. But here, I don't know if you get the hand. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nanya. So we're opening up. If you have question about all this topic we've raised, because you may not have question if you don't want to clarify some issues right now and get to know some best practices about some of the things we've raised today. It's something that we have over 120 people on this call. It's something that when you come here, one of them will scratch you, even if it doesn't, it will just touch you a little bit. But if you ask those questions and get clarifying information, you will be able to handle such issues when they present themselves. So if you want to speak, you can use the reaction button to raise your hand and we'll give you the opportunity to ask your question. And you can also type as a text on the chat. You can type as a text on the chat, and then we will read out your question and we'll be able to handle it. There's a lot that we have actually gone through. Major things are things that make marriages not to last when they come to the United States. There's been a lot. There's been a lot. There's been a lot of marriages that's been affected. So many people that came here smiled on their plane.
They're
I
married,
guess
they're no longer together.
I'm telling you, I guess the devil will just be looking at them when they are smiling in the airport, smiling because they got a visa. The devil will be like, "No, I'm after your children. I'm actually after your children because those children that are raised as parents that are not living together, they cannot be the same quality with children that are raised with both family being intentional, both a couple being intentional about raising their kids. It cannot be the same. So this is what I feel that we should pay attention to as we are trying to come over here. So I have a question. Somebody said, how did you handle telling those children not to come to your house again?
Me, I don't know how to pretend. Yes, so I don't know how to pretend. I'm not the kind of person that you going to kill me or something is paining me. And no, I don't know how to smile. My body movement showed the children that they are not welcomed here. It's not a bad thing, yeah, because I'm after my children. I'm after like protecting my children. So my body movement. The other time they came one evening, so I told them I was going to go to work in the next 3 hours, but I told them it's almost time to go to work, and I want to like be with my children. I want to say one or two things to them before I leave for work. Okay. So, and when they came, another thing I did was that, hey, God forgive me. I say, this in this country they can wear. People like to wear shoes into people's houses. Me, I don't like it. So if I come to your house, I will not wear shoes except you say, okay, wear a shoe. But I don't like it. So they wore shoes inside the house. I just finished sweeping. That kind of it. I say, no, I don't like this place. You kept your shoe. Keep it this place. And then they are white, so they misunderstand everything you say. So my body movement, and it showed them that they weren't welcomed here. So by the time they came the second time, um I told them we're going out, and by like that, so they stopped coming. So they can see me, they greet me, I greet their family, and we are not having issue. When they do birthday, they invite my children, and I take them by myself. And that's again, if somebody invites you for your children for birthday, don't just go and drop your children there and go.
Mhm.
If you invite my children for birthday, I'll make sure that day I'm not going to work, or my husband is going to be available, so that when my children come, we're going to be there to supervise everything that is going to happen. Yes, you can leave children to be free. Yes, they will play with other kids, but the minds of these kids are easily influenced. So you are not being overprotective, but you just have to be around, like to watch. Use eye to like scan your environment. So if you see anything
Mhm.
that's not going the way you want it, you follow up with your children. So that's it. That was how we went about that one. Yeah.
That's good. Thank you, Noye. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have another question from Chidima. Chidima is asking, please, when both partners work, how do they take care of young children when both partners are working?
When both we mentioned this last week, when both partners are working, you two of you cannot work the same shift. Sincerely, you cannot work the same shift. So either like I know Sir Decency was the one that gave me this idea before we came. He told me that, I think if I remember, he used to work. Or the wife works Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Then he worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday or so. So that way, if as he's finishing his own 3 days, right, the he's going to start to while the wife is going to start work. You understand? And now that way they have adults at home. Another way, so if you don't want to pick extra shift, if your husband works 3 days and you work 3 days, right, that's getting your 36 hours. Now, one person has to surrender, like bring one person has to step down with the picking of extra shifts. You understand? Or if two of you want to pick extra shifts, you can do it this way. If the man works Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then you work Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then this week you can say, okay, I want to pick extra shift on Sunday. You can beg the partner, your husband, and he's going to stay with the children. Then why you pick your extra shift, right? Then next week, if the man say he wants to pick extra shift, you allow him to pick extra shift for that Sunday. You understand? For that Sunday for him. Another way you can go about it is this. Like me, my husband works during the day, I work during the night. And it's how you treat. This is sensitive. Please don't, man, not go put me for trouble. But I'm not going to say you should do it. But how some people do it, I'm not saying like how some people do it. Train. That's the way you bring up your children. You start in time to start making them to be independent, and again, they should see life in another dimension. Some of us, we came here, our children. you can leave your child. I do not say you should do it. It's not the same, but that sometimes the time your husband is going to come back from work may be clashing with when you are leaving the house, right? So you can 30 minutes. Your husband can be on the way. He can say, "Oh, I have 40 minutes to get to the house," and you have to leave because you don't want to get to work late. Now, if you have trained your children well, they are going to stay. They know that their father is coming back, and he's going to meet them, and they'll be fine, right? So within that 30 minutes or 40 minutes, you can, yeah, drive out for your job while your husband is on the way coming. You understand? And you can also make sure that sometimes you can make sure that you are on the phone with the children, like speaking with them while you are driving to work, if you know how to drive, until the father comes into the house. Once he steps into the house, you can now cut the call and focus on going to your job. Another way is this again. If you are coming here with children, maybe you have some, like we mentioned last week, some states 13 years can stay with their older younger siblings at home. If your child has a fast growing body, like they have rapid growth, even at 12 years, nobody's going to know except you go and tell your neighbor that this your child is 12 years. Your neighbor can see your child. Like my daughter, and when they see my daughter, they think my daughter is, people think that she's 11, whether she's just 9 going to 10, that kind of a thing. So if your children have rapid growth at 12, they can be able to stay with their siblings. It's not legal at 12, but if it becomes so hard that you don't know how to go about childcare, your 12-year-old can take care of their other siblings. If it becomes so bad, you understand? It's only when you go and tell your neighbor. That's why people, after they stay some time, they buy a house here, so that way you have your garage to yourself, you have your car to yourself. Like me now, I park inside the garage. My husband, we have two-space garage, but I park inside. My husband parks outside. The reason is, to us, it's best known to us, and because of we have children. If I'm leaving my house now, you don't know if I have my kids inside the car. If my husband is leaving, you can see him from outside. But me, if I'm leaving, you don't know if my kids. So if I'm leaving, it creates the mindset for my neighbors that my children they're inside the ar with me anywhere I'm going to. But they don't know. I don't know if I get this place is just wisdom. Like you have to be tactical and be able to apply wisdom and reduce the way you talk, because the person you go and say one or two things to can put into trouble. So if you know that childcare is giving you problem, reduce how you communicate it to people. Don't say to people how you are doing until your child, like as I am now, nobody knows how I am going with where we are going with my children. You don't know whether I leave them at home for 1 hour. You don't know about it, and my children will not go and say it outside. They will not go and say it until you know that they have gotten to that legal age. You can now
Mhm.
open up and say, okay, this is how we did it before. That time they have already passed that age, so nobody can come for you. But at the point you are and your kids are still young, if you are doing anything that you know that is against the law in the country, but something you can do back home, please don't say it to another person, because somebody can report you to police, and police will come to your house with child protective services to come and investigate your home. Another way for childcare is when you come, go within your city, go and search. They have a free childcare organization, like it's like school, like daycare. So go and do your research very well. You will see names on Google, then you start calling them. How we're doing that time when we came, I always searched on Google, and as I was searching on Google, I'm seeing information, I'm seeing phone numbers. So I kept on calling and calling them to be able to find a spot for my second daughter, until finally we found one when they had an opening. And God so kind, we had an opening, and we're paying $285 every week. It's expensive, I'm not like for you. $285 every week. But God so kind, I said, God, this money is too much, for only childcare. And God, as God may have it, that's the same school, La Petite. People know La Petite in America. So that's the same school, La Petite. Government now gave them grants for 10 children. So they now sent me an email that if I'm interested, that government gave them grants for 10 children in a preschool. I told them I'm interested though, and that was how we became lucky. And they now chose my daughter. She was among the 10 people they gave grants. So we stopped paying that $285 every week. It now became free. So she finished her preschool free for a whole 1 year, and we didn't pay nothing. You understand? It is not going to happen like that for everybody, but if you come, always ask. That's why I said the last week, make sure you have information on ground, and have people that are your good to go, that you can always call them, ask them information, and they will share free valuable information to help you navigate in this country. Somebody said, Bosnoye, if the children make noise this period, they felt you left home with them. That's why I said that when people come here, if they have saved money to an extent, they go and buy a house. If you buy a house like this, as our house, it's not even if my children shout from now to tomorrow, my neighbors, they will not hear it, because I don't know how they build their house, whether it's soundproof or something. It's big. So before they noise, they will stay upset. Before they noise, that's why you have to start breeding your children fine. Like I don't know how to put it, but when you are saying people say that children, but you also do your own part.
Yeah.
You do your own part for your children. Start breeding them, rearing them with some certain life or principles and or how to see life, so that way, if you are faced with such situation, they'll be able to adapt. Like my children, now, if I leave the house, even if we leave 1 hour, I don't want to say anything, but you can never know. You will not know. My first daughter already know that any madam, her parents will go to jail. They don't want to lose their parents. The second one to know the same thing. So
Mm.
it's you that will start building and breeding that mindset inside of them. You understand? So that's why people, like I said, people when they come here, they save up money and buy a house quick. So when you buy a house quick, all those things, I'm telling you, like if you are leaving the house, nobody knows except you go and tell your neighbor, hey, I'm leaving, no, my children are in the house. That's where you put yourself in trouble. If you are leaving the house, nobody knows whether your children are in the car, you don't know whether they are following you and all that. So that's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Noye. That's valuable information. Valuable. So if you're really getting value for this call, if you're really getting value for this call, I want you to hit the comment section with value plus plus plus. Value plus times the number of value that you're getting from this call. I want to see value on the comment section. I want to see value. Let's see value. Rams, you're always the first to give values. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Keep on coming. Keep that
Somebody
coming.
asked, how am I?
Yeah, no, you're muted. Let me
Okay,
see. Sorry, you're muted now. So can you unmute yourself?
okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Now, before you go further with that question, because it's going to deviate us a little bit, I want to just share some information about child
okay.
child safety in the United States. So most of you that have young children in back home, there are some basic things you're supposed to teach your child now. Number
Yeah.
one, even if your child is 2 years old, even if your child is 2 years old, your child, as soon as your child start talking, don't be so excited that they call you mommy and daddy. Make them know your name. Make your child know Teach
Yes.
your child your name. Yes, it's going to help you because even if a police comes to your house and your child is alone in the state of Virginia, if you have a phone, if that child is old enough to be able to pick up a phone, if you have a phone at home, if you have a camera, indoor camera, and if they know your number, you understand, they're not going to put you to child. If it's just like to go out and come back, you're not going to go to any child protective services. It happened to one of us around here.
Okay.
The father just went to the mom went to work, which is like 5 minutes drive, and forgot her eyeglasses. So he called the father and said, "Can you bring my eyeglass for me?" The father said, "Okay, children, stay, I'm coming." And the guy drove out. Before he could come back, the whole house was blue light and red light everywhere. Blue light, blue light, blue light. It
Hey
was like,
God.
what's happening in my house? What's
Hey Jesus.
house. It was that the child went and called 911. You understand? And they asked the daughter, "Why did you do that?" The daughter said, "Well, I was just trying to see if it's working." You understand? Just about it in school, so I wanted to know if it's working. And the child then started crying. Even before the police people came, he said, "My mommy and daddy will not be happy. You guys should go. You guys should."
Hey, yeah.
She knows what is coming. You understand? She knows what is coming. But the police came and they asked, "Is there a phone, a working phone in the house?" He said, "Yes, he has a phone." Do the child know the father and the mother's number? No, the child did not know the father and the mother's number. And that was
Ouch.
the issue. You understand? So you should teach them your address,
Yes, so address, phone number.
name, teach them your name, teach them your wife's name, teach them your phone number. They should be able to memorize some of these things and their own name as well. You understand? These are some of the things that you need to do or put in place if you want to do the kind of thing that Noye is talking about. It's not legal in some states, but I'm talking about the state of Virginia. This is a life experience, something that happened to someone. I didn't read it anywhere. It's a life experience. It happened to someone. That's how I knew. Okay, and then indoor cameras are very, very vital. Like Noye said, some indoor cameras are talk back. So you can actually be
Can
talking to
communicate to children from there.
and the person will be talking to you. So it's not just like one way. You're seeing what they are doing. If they want to go out, you cannot even say, "Hey, come back." It's just going to be on like on your video call with them. put the camera, I want to say camera in strategic places, okay? That's how I know I'm getting tired. So put it in strategic places so that you'll be able to have a clear view of your children when you're going out. All right.
Yeah.
Then another thing I want to also, say is about pets. I've seen a lot of
Hmm.
yeah, a lot of people, you people might be, owners of big dogs and, small dogs. Before you start doing all that, I want you to make sure that you know and understand the country very well. You cannot leave a pet unsupervised, and there's a minimal things that you need to do for a pet. Whenever you're walking with the pet, you should put the pet on a leash. You cannot just be walking with the pet anyhow on the main road thinking, because most pets have ended up putting their owners in trouble.
In
You
trouble. Huh?
uh your child and a pet and a big dog and a small baby that was just given birth to. No, it's not acceptable. You understand? So please and please, no matter how you have trained that dog, don't trust them. They are not human beings. Okay, I know some people believe in dogs, but I'm one of those that believe that they are pets and they should be handled as pets, not human. All right. So thank you so much,
Yeah.
Noye. I
Somebody
think
asked a question. It
yeah,
says,
go ahead.
what jobs are available for their spouses when they come over, depending on when they get certification? There are a lot of things your spouses can do. They can start Uber driving. They can walk in. Like my husband, when we came, my husband, we were like seven of us that came the same time. All of us we were able to find a job for our spouse at that hospital we're working. They worked in the kitchen, so they were like washing the plates and all that. They were paying them like $22 per hour, which is not bad because agency was paying me $26 that time as a nurse. So somebody's in the kitchen earning $22 per hour. So just make sure that your spouse is not somebody that's lazy. So there are many things they can do. They can walk, they can do Uber driving, they can do Amazon Flex driving, they can do Walmart driving, they can do Uber Eats where they deliver food, they can do DoorDash where they deliver food, they can do CNA jobs. You understand? You can start working as a CNA even without the CNA certification. Then they will be paying like less than $20. But by the time you get your CNA certification, you can start earning up to 22, 23, 24, 25, depending on where you are working. Okay. You can even work as a prison care assistant. They can work in the prisons. Okay. They can like there are a lot of jobs that they can do. You understand? Yes, a college boy can start work. A college boy can start work. He can go to Walmart. I remember there was one of us when she came here, she came with her 4 children.
Yeah, all of
Her
them can work. I think I know the
Yes,
person.
yes, the 3 boys still working with their father. All of them were working. Even I have one that is here too now. That's I coached her. She was one of my assignees. That time I was working for the Decency Academy. She came here with 5 children. The 5 of them, everybody went into CNA job. The other one went into Walmart work. Because her husband is already aging. She too, she's almost aging. But her husband before they came here. So the children are up to 20 years, 20 something, 25 years. So everybody went into working. So you now made their bills lesser, like they share the bills, all of them. They bring something at the end of the month. So that way their father is not working too much as an old man and their mother too. That's why you have to start in time to start training your children and start breeding them like how you want them to be. And they use prayers, they fire them for their head until they become somebody. If that woman, I've met her children at work 2 times. I worked with them as my CNA. So a college child can work. So yeah, there are a lot of things your husband can do or the wife can do when they come here. Yes, so a lot of things. You can work at Walmart. Or you can work at Walmart as their this thing as either cashier
Yeah,
or you can work as
all those
sales
people.
manager. Yeah, there are a lot of things you can do when you come here. You can
Mm.
even work in UPS officer. One of us when we came here, the husband was working for UPS and FedEx. He was working as their delivery driver. The other one was working as the person that helped to pack orders. You understand? Pack people's orders at that place. So there are a lot of jobs you can do. You just
I
make
was
sure that
not a nurse. If I come, I'll just go and work in McDonald's. So I'll be eating
yeah.
all the time.
Just make sure that you are not lazy. Yeah, that's just it. Once your partner is not lazy, it's not going to
Yeah,
be hard. It only
that
becomes
was on a
problem
softer note.
when the partner is lazy. If the partner is lazy, it becomes a problem. But if they're not lazy, they can do everything. Plenty things to be
There's a lot of options. There's a lot of
yes.
options. Now, another thing again is someone asked about, if we were to save money for the house, in the
Okay.
United States, how much will it, how many years will it take you? I bought my first house within 1 year of being in the United States. Buying a house in the United States doesn't mean you have to save all the money for the house.
No.
Nobody buys house, all the things you have seen, all the times you see people say, I bought a house, congratulations. They actually bought a debt. It's actually debt because it's mortgage, and most of the people that give you that mortgage, you pay them with interest. So
Yeah.
of us that have houses, we bought it with mortgages and we are paying with interest. So the only thing is that for you to even qualify for the mortgage is a process, and that's what you should
Yes.
concentrate on. When you come in, get a credit, have a credit score, build your credit to the point. I'm going to talk about this on a different note. I would, try to enlighten people on what to do to position yourself to be able to buy your first house within the first year of being in the United States. Or you can even break my record. You can buy within 6 months. And that would be nice. Okay. And then before we go to Nonye's business, because I know I would like Nonye to share her business number and what she's doing. I want you to know that the woman we have here with us is not just a registered nurse. She's an entrepreneur. She's an entrepreneur raised to square. I don't know square that I will put her, but she's actually doing a great job for herself in her business. All right. So, but before we go there, another thing I want to say about kids, if you're coming here with older children, as you know, as we advise you that they can work, also know that they can also join United States military. I'm not saying I'm
Mm.
friend, there's different arms of the military. There is Navy, there is Marine, there is Air Force, there's a lot. They can actually join these places. And when they join, it comes with a lot of benefits. Whenever you go to shop, they will ask you, do you have any military person in your family? If you say yes, 10%. Imagine you're buying something of $1,000 because you have a military child or a military person in your family, $100 will be put in your pocket. So anywhere you mention that you have military, 10% is being knocked off for all your purchases, and that's a great lot. That's a whole lot for you. So if you have children that have grown up, especially if they are 20, they are 18, when they come over, try to position them to take the military. It's just an exam. It's just an entrance exam. You go there, you write it. You choose whether you're entering the Navy, whether you're entering the Army or the military or the Marine or submarine, any of them. You just choose which one you want to go into, and then you'll be accepted into the program. They are always recruiting. In fact, if you come here and you don't have any military affiliation, if you need somebody that would just guide you, link up to me. Help, I will help you, tell you where to go, website to go, and all that, and you can go and apply and have your child there. Now, let's talk about Nonye's. Do we have any question? Anybody? I want some live question. I don't know if there's anybody here that wants to ask us question on this program. I would like to get a live question, from our audience. Is there someone who wants to ask us question live? You can use the reaction button to raise your hand, and then we'll give you the opportunity to ask your question. We are waiting, we are waiting, we are waiting before we go into Nonye's business. All right, where are you guys? Is anybody raising their hand? I'm not seeing anyone. Oh, I'm not seeing anyone. You guys don't have any question. That means you're understanding this topic very well, and I'm really happy that you guys are understanding what we're saying. All right, so now. There's other questions that are on the comment section, but before we go into it, Noye, can you tell us about your business? I want to give you the opportunity to, because your business is not just a business that is just out there to make profit. You're helping people, that, are having hair loss and the rest of them, beauty care and, self-care. This is something that will help to increase people's self-image. So I want you to kind of let our audience know about your business, tell them about it, drop a phone number that they can reach out to, and then locations for pickup if you have any in any of these countries that is represented here.
Okay, for when it comes to my business, most people, I already started my business in Nigeria before I came here. It was during that COVID time and the time we had the setback where they put a ban on Nigeria. So I had to pray to God. I said, God, please give me understanding on something else I could do to help support my this thing. And God showed me. In fact, if I go into skincare today, I'm even going to do very well more than the hair care, because God showed me that I am. I've always been a skincare and the hair care like enthusiastic, and I don't know how to put it.
Enthusiast. Mhm.
Enthusiastic. I mean, how do they call it? Sorry.
Enthusiast. Mhm.
Enthusiastic
Got
the
it.
hair. So what is holding me that I should go into it? So I now chose the hair care at that time. So I started. So I came here. So after some time, because when we came, there was still a little bit of COVID, and I told the people last week we had to go for a second hustle. So I was doing a second job while I was doing agency job. So I was gathering money, then and all that. So I was saving. I was able to. We bought a house 10 months of coming here. Then after
Oh,
buying
wow.
the house,
They
then we
both
now
they have broken my record.
we bought the house 10 months of coming here by to the glory of God. And the next year, 2023, I started my business, and I started that business with my money, my savings. I know how much I spent. I coughed out, and then I started the one in Nigeria. Because when I traveled, Nigeria own couldn't move again, couldn't move because of the people that were working for me. They were not delivering as I wanted. I was having issues with customers. Their deliveries, and so I had to pause. So I started the Nigeria own again last year. To the glory of God, I did my findings and everything. So I started. So in 3 years now, coming to 3 years back to back, I've been doing like things, projects to add to my, finances or to help myself. That's why I've not built a mansion in Nigeria. That kind of
It will come. It will
so,
come.
so it will come, no, it will come by God's grace. So that's this is so what I'm saying is this. So however, I saved up for the distance. So if you come, like Satias always said, don't finish all your money. Like me, I like good things of life. So if I want to get any good thing, I'm going to like go look for extra money to get that good thing. So I will not touch my savings. So let me give you for instance now. There's this juicer I've been wanting to buy. If people that follow me on my page, you know that I've bought like two juicers from Amazon and I returned it, right? So I returned those juicers because they are not giving me what I wanted. So this is why I've been seeing this juicer, Covin's USA juicer. So everybody have been talking about it. I've seen people buying it. Even Sadis's wife, Stephanie, don't buy the juicer since I think since last year. She said, "No, you buy this juicer," and I said, I have the money to buy it, but I know how I plan my life, I plan myself. So I didn't want to touch my savings, and I've been waiting for them because in the US, sometimes they do sales. So I've been waiting for them to do sales. So what I did was that I worked, instead of me to work my normal 3 days, I now worked extra 5 days. I don't, because most I don't, my business money is what I'm saving. I'm not touching or using my business money to like do things. My business money is like I'm saving it, and when it gets to a point, I want to multiply it. So now I got that juicer, right? So before I got the juicer, I already made sure I've worked like extra shifts. So instead of doing my normal 3 days, I did 5 days. So now I got that juicer is expensive. It's for almost 700 and something dollars. But because they did sales, so I bought the juicer for like $592. So it's an investment for myself and for my health, right? But I didn't use my savings. I don't know if people get the point. So don't squander all your money. Try as much as you can to save the most. Some of you, let me tell you the fact, some of you, let's be frank, some of you, your partners are squanderers. Your partners, they want to finish all the money at a spot. Some of us marry those kind of people. So you don't want to finish.
Yes.
So you have to apply. Wisdom is profitable to die, right? Not say you should lie. But you have to apply wisdom. So if you have that kind of partner, you have to help yourself to be able to save so people don't go stranded. So I saved off my business. And when I saved off my business, I was ready to start the business. I did the business registration. So when you come, that one should not be a problem. When you come, you can always reach out to me because I know I've helped some people I've given them contacts to help them register their business. But me, I registered my own by myself. Somebody just gave me a link and I went to the website. I registered it on my own and others. So when you come here, it's not going to be a problem. The main thing is for you to first of all settle down. Just have the if you're a hustler, let the business be on your mind. But first of all, come here and settle down. When you settle down, everything will start falling in place. It's part of the reason why we bought her because I produce the hair products myself, and because I do the production, I didn't want to do it in landlord's house because sometimes you can be doing production and there are stains from the product will go to the wall and you have to clean. So landlord will come tomorrow and say that you are dirtying. You are staining his wall and all that. So, but if it's in your own house, nobody will tell that kind of a thing, and nobody will go and report that your engine or machine is making noise and all that. So that was the part of the reason why I had to work extra to be able to like when I'm able to buy a house when we came. So now if I'm doing production, nobody even hears the sound of my machine, nobody hears the sound of the containers or anything. It doesn't concern anybody. Even if I want to go and do shipping, concern nobody knows what I'm going to do and all that. So the main thing is just to be able to save up. But if you cannot save up, understand, you want to start a capital intensive business, you can get a loan. That's why you have to build your credit history. You have to build your credit history. Everything about your credit should be intact so that when it gets so hard, you can get a loan to start whatever you want to start. I know people that are living here in America, they built houses in Nigeria. It was from America, they got loan to build the house in Nigeria. I know someone that got loan from bank to build three mansion in Abuja. He's renting it for like 3.2 million naira every they finished building the house, I think, last year or last 2 years. He got the loan from America here. So people do it too. So that's why you have to make sure that your spending habit is intact. So that if you want to start a business, you don't have money, or you want to build house or something back home, you can be able to get loan. Or your credit card company, they can increase your credit limit. Like I know people that have up to 30,000, 40,000 in their credit limit. My own is 10,000, you understand? So it depends. So as time goes on, as your credits, you keep on building your spending habits, you make it intact, you build it well, you'll be able to get a more increase in your credit limit. And when you get that money, make sure that you're able to pay up the money. If they say pay so and so amount every month, please try and pay that amount every month. And any money you use from your credit card, be able to like replace it back, so that way your credit history is not being tampered with. So that's that for them. For the marketing, and it's not easy to market a new business and to push it here in America. It's not easy. You have to do marketing, you have to do sponsored ads, you have to use influencers and all that, the most you can. So like now I'm using, sometimes I use my nursing money to do adverts. I will not put hand in my business money to use it to pay for adverts. I'll use my nursing money, like what I earn from my this thing, my shifts, because I don't want the business to like break down and all that. So I don't go to my business money to use it to do anything. I don't use it to buy anything. I can buy for me if I want to, but the business money, since I have a job as a nurse here, so the nursing job covers everything that we're doing. My business money is like saving. That's why I'm saving like the 6 months emergency for God, for if anything happens, you understand, I can be able to, like one time last year, that time I lost my job, I called it was my business I had to fall back to at the point, yeah, because I was pregnant and I was going to go for maternity leave. It was my business money we fell back to, and God so kind, the money helped us put us through until we able to find our feet back again. So that's why that emergency fund is very, very important. Save up money. I like good things. That things all of us have what is eating, and there are people that is hair that is eating their money. Some people is designers that eat their money. Some people is shoes that eat their money. Some people is clothes that eat their money. Some people is jewelries. So if you know where you have your vanity, make sure you are working hard to meet up with that vanity. You are working hard to meet up with it. So if you are someone that love good clothes or you love good shoes, you want to be buying those good shoes and good clothes without that you are buying that you love it, not because you want to impress people. Make sure you have multiple streams of income to cover it up, so that in case anything happens tomorrow, you are not stranded, you don't have issues and all that. So that's how we went about the business on. It's not easy. I'm still growing the business, still hard. And you watch, some of you follow me on social media. I create content too. I just opened my YouTube channel because those are means you can make money from. Facebook pays me money. It depends. Sometimes it depends on what you do at the end of the month. That's what they're going to pay you. So at least they've been paying me since 2023 September. My page was monetized and all that. So it depends. So the money may not be much, but I know where the money is being gathered in my Sophia account. I know how much has been gathered there from Facebook. So that when you see me on Facebook or you see me on social media, I'm not just coming there to come and do show. I'm also being paid for it. So and also open my YouTube channel that way, because we have things in us. The world is going digital now, so you don't need to hide your talent. You don't need to hide what is inside of you. People have used their social media to build mansions for themselves, to better. I know people I follow a lot of nurse influencers I follow on Instagram. They are doing so. It's not this our shift that is giving them those kind of money. Some of them is to get to a point that brands will, like I mentioned last week, brands can reach out to you. Like brands can reach out to you to say, please, we want you to, we see that you have so and so number of followers and you have good engagement. We want you to influence for us for this brand. You can do one minute video for them. Like maybe you wear a lot of figs, their scrubs. They can reach out to you and say, please, we want you to, because we see that you're always tagging us and people are buying from us through you. Can you do 1 minute video for us to like talk about our scrubs? And they'll tell you that they can pay you 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 1,000, depending on what you people bargain. 1 minute video will give you $2,000. You cannot get it in 12-hour shifts. I don't know. So don't hide yourself. Don't listen to people that are saying that social media is this. Evil is everywhere. Evil is everywhere. I have a family member that is down with illness. He has never been on social media, but sickness came and met him. So evil is everywhere. The only thing you have to do is just guard yourself spiritually. Make sure your spiritual life is intact and your relationship with God is intact, so that if they are coming to worry you, you'll be able to fight them physically and spiritually. But make sure that you are not hiding yourself. Don't hide yourself because of anybody. Don't shrink yourself because of anybody. That's why we pray on a daily basis that God should not make us to be at the mercy of anybody. So that as I am now, if I post on social media, the only person that have the right to come and talk to me and say, hey, no, yeah, this thing you posted is a good friend of mine, and they're not coming from a place of jealousy, or my mother can come and say no, or my father, you understand, or my husband can come and say no, maybe this thing you posted. But me, before I even post, I must have scrutinized, done my findings before. I don't just post anyhow. So I don't just post sensitive things on social media. You understand? So that's this thing. So don't hide yourself. So you can, if you are going to do business when you come here, you have to have your social media audience, because it's the easiest way now to like grow your business, advertise your business. Last Decency, I don't usually see him on his Facebook page, but he has you people. He has the group. He has Telegram. He has WhatsApp. Here, in fact, if you're able to create a Telegram channel for yourself, you are good to go, because advert grows there very well. They see you very well. They can connect with you easily, even more than Instagram. So he has the channels where he can advertise. So advertise his businesses and all that. So you have to have like be able to show yourself up on social media. Okay, like last week now, I did this meeting with people. Somebody bought me product from. She's in Gambia. Her name is Faith. I don't know. She's in Gambia. So she said she's been following me on social media. But after that, our meeting last week, she bought products worth almost 100K from my Nigerian branch. You understand? Or that was like 5 days ago, 4 days ago. She said after listening to that, she liked everything I said, and she danced. So this is the lady I've been following on social media. So I don't know if you. So the world is going digital. Make sure that you don't shrink yourself. You have a social media presence. Like Sir Decency, his wife now, she's beginning to come out on social media, because she may not be selling something now, but tomorrow she may want to introduce a business. It will not be difficult for her to introduce that business, because she has already established a social media presence for herself. Don't shrink yourself. All of us must not do content creation. All of us must not be on social media. But I don't know how to put it. With the way the world is going, you just have to like help yourself. You understand? My hand is somebody asking. My hand is
Yes, I
Chinonye
wanted to
Uche
say that.
Namado.
Please,
Yeah.
you just you have to type it in the while you're typing it. Let me just keep talking. So type it for them. Put all your handles, social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Put all of them. And guys, go and patronize Nonye. My wife uses her products. In fact, there's one they just delivered. You understand? And is the bomb. Most of her hair products are. They are, when she says this does this, it does exactly what it does. So I will not, I'm the vendor of good news. So I won't come and tell you something that is actually the truth. All right. So thank you, Noye, for all that. Drop all your handles for us so that we can see. Another thing I want to talk about is credit. Somebody is asking question about credit. So the best way to understand credit is um, you want to borrow money from a bank, you understand, and the bank wants to know how much that you have borrowed from other people and if you are able to pay them. So if you are able to pay those that you have borrowed before, your credit score will be good. But if you are not able to pay some of them that you have borrowed before, your credit score will be bad. So most of the times what we see is majority of the people that come in here, they will enter into a lot of debt. And that's why I try to, advise you guys on this show. When you come in, if your goal is a sweet life, you understand? Because a lot of people just come in and they go and carry the best of all cars. They'll carry Tesla Cybertruck, driving, and then they will carry this. And when it's time to buy a house, they will tell them that their debt to income ratio is low. You understand? And then they will say, okay, I want to sell the car. I say, no, okay, I've put 500, maybe say 50,000 mileage on the car. So the car is now what? So see, one thing about some of these cars is once you drive it out of the dealer's shop, if you bring it back that same day and say you want to sell it back to them, you might be getting like almost $5,000 to $10,000 difference from those new cars. If you have just driven it, even if you have not put so much mileage on it, it's going to reduce the price because just the fact that it's a second owner that will be owning the car is going to reduce the price considerably. So we will talk about this before, and we are already talking about this in our. So if you have not joined, if you are in any of our platform and you have dates, you have interview dates. If you have not joined the mentorship group, please try and join the mentorship group. We are really discussing this and many other things in our mentorship group. So try and join that mentorship. The best way to do it is if you're in EPG, go there and then it's private chat Steph D. She will add you to the mentorship group in that EPG. The link to EPG will be posted. The link to our general platform will be posted here. So if you have passed your NCLEX, you signify, we'll put you on the EPG. EPG means exclusive pre-arrival group. So that is for those that are coming to the United States but have not gotten to the United States. When you come here, there's another group where you can join, and then you can as well, get benefit from joining such group. Okay, thank you so much for posting that. So the credit is all about knowing your debt to income ratio. Keep it low.
Yes.
That's the only thing I can say. Keep it
Yeah,
low
keep
until
it
you
low.
achieve your purpose. If you have not achieved your purpose, don't go for,
Not,
because
yeah.
they borrow you for a house, it's like 500,000, and the one you used to buy a car is like 50,000. But maybe that 50,000 will prevent you from buying that big car, that big house that you want to buy here in the United States. Okay, now the next thing that I saw that somebody was asking about is, that Noye actually said something, and I want to just piggyback on what Noye said. So Noye said something about, like, some people, your spouse can be squanderers. And I want to put it in another lighter note. It's not, sometimes you know your spouse and they are not squanderers, but they cannot go past a need. You understand? So like somebody will call them now and say, hey, I have this, I want to, I need help. I need 20,000, 20,000, whatever currency. And if they have that 20,000, even if it's in the joint account that you have with him or with her, that money is going. That money
Yes,
is,
even if it's the last card.
you understand?
Jesus.
They can give everything they have. So if you know that this is your husband's strong point, and you are good on savings, or if you know that this is your wife, so both of you should know your strengths. Okay, so if you know that this is your strength, you be the one to kind of tell your husband we don't have. So if that person beg, so we have a charity amount, we have exceeded it this month. Next month, if you are there, if the need is still there, we can help you and take care of it. That will help you at least to go a long way to, and then I'm not forgetting the fact that some people can actually have so much to spare. If you have so much to spare, why not? You can solve all the problems that is around you. But if you are battling to kind of save money for housing, save money for childcare, save money for emergency fund, there are some things that you have to put on a scale of preference, like priority. Okay, this one is supposed to be done, this one is not supposed to be done. There's a time in my life that the only thing I took care of is any day emergency, like life and death. If somebody is in the hospital, or because I know I have already, and then I also believe in one thing: if you want to give people something, don't give them something that will keep them coming back to you. You can delay their early gratification of like 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 there. Save money and set up business for that person. And then the person will not worry you again. You understand? If he's a responsible for somebody, give them something that would help them to just be
Like to
independent.
set them up, yes.
Set them up, let them take care of themselves. But if you keep on giving them $100, $200, at the end of the day, if you look back, you say, this year alone, I have given you up to $5,000. But they themselves, they're not looking at it. But if you save that $5,000 and say, this is what I'm giving you, go and start up something.
Yes.
Or you have discussed with the person, knows the person's, vision, mandate, whatever the person wants to do. You say, okay, this is the money I'm giving you. Go and start it up. And then from there, the person will not worry you again. It's even better for me than having you coming to me every time and I'm giving you money. That's not a
Yeah.
good, and I don't like it. All right. So, Noye, I know that we have spent so much time today, and I think we have run out of questions. People were asking
One
questions.
person asked, somebody asked a question about, let me see if I can. Somebody said if it's better to collect car from agency or not collect car from agency when you come in. And we that came with share water does not have that option, but I know that OGP and Advance, they have that options for their nurses. So when you come in, they like help you to get a loan for. Yeah, so if you come in and you don't have the means, like when we came, they were paying us $26 and all that. And there was no way at that time, my husband have not started working. There was no way, except you come in from Nigeria. If you come in from Nigeria with like up to $10,000 in as to you, when you come in, I'll advise you to go and buy a car. You understand? You can get a car of $6,000, $7,000. You understand? That would serve you for years. You understand? But if you come in with just $1,000 or $2,000, please don't go and buy a car so that you don't stay stranded and hungry. You understand? So getting the car from agency, it now depends on how you people have started to grow. And if you want to get a car at the time you want to get it, like me, when we came, we got Camry. We got this Camry, the one with the wider boots. It was able to contain our two children and myself in the front and my husband. So as time progressed, because I said I want to have another baby, even my husband didn't want another child. Me, I said I want to have another baby. Let us try for a male child. So they were giving me options of like exchanging the car. So I sent some of me to exchange and get a smaller car since we are having the mind of having another baby. So we now went for, I now got this in Highlander, you understand, which has double seats at the back. So you can carry even if you have 4 or 5 children. So all these things are they are planning. So when you call, even if you want to collect car from agency, go for a smaller car. The first time we came, our car note was like $403. It's not the same thing. That's not the same thing I'm paying for my Highlander. For the Highlander I have now, it's a little bit higher. But I wouldn't have been able to afford it when we came newly. I don't know if you get my point. So when you come, don't go and hang your boots. Don't do like Filipinos. Filipinos, when they come, you see that they carry Amanda, they carry
Filipinos are
BP card.
here.
We are not first of all. That's what we know them. They carry BP cars. They carry all these escape, all those BP cars. And you be wondering, they pay a lot for car notes. So when you come in, that time you come in, please go for something smaller. If you come in with up to 10,000 in your account, buy a car and remove car note from your monthly payments, monthly bills. But if you now come in with up to that amount, you understand? Please, if you want to go for car, go for something you can like $300 or $400, something you can be able to pay without stressing yourself. Then when people now grow, you can now get a big, even as I am now, save the cars. Toyota, they're already calling me if I want to come and do this thing, if I want to exchange, if I want to exchange the car. But me, I'm not going to fall for this thing, for that car, because I got the car brand new, so there is no point. But if I want to, I can, you understand, and I'll be able to, by God's grace, I'll be able to afford to pay it. But somebody who came newly, you will not be able to afford that kind of payment at that time. So go for something. Cut your coat according to your clothes and the material you have on hand. So that's this thing there.
Good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There's something that Noye said, and I want to also say something again about that. She said, if you're coming to the US with $10,000, but that's actually, let me break it down. Some of you now, you know how the dollar and the exchange rate is going. Even if you are in any country, be it Kenya, I know the exchange rate is always, somehow. I want you guys to try to save in your money in dollars. When you
Dollars.
when you make your money, try to save it in dollars. It's a more stable currency than saving it in naira. Because that money you have 2 million today, and you're telling yourself this 2 million is $2,000. Tomorrow you can wake up and they tell you, oh, that 2 million now is worth $1,000, and you have just lost money. But you will not be seeing it that you're losing money. You understand? You might be thinking you are still good, that you're not losing money, but you are actually losing money. So you can try as much as possible to save your money in the dollar or in the currency of the country where you're going to. It will help you a great lot when you are coming here. You don't have to, suffer your head about exchange rate, whatever that is a prevailing exchange rate at that point. You don't have to do it. All you have to do is just to come in here with whichever money you have. And then, like in spending, it's not just the men alone. I know some women that every blessed day Amazon is dropping something on their door for saving. Their husbands are the one complaining. So it's not just the men. Actually, sometimes the women are also, some of them they can every clothes they see on Shein, on Amazon, on Temu, on everything, they are just being,
If you are going to do like that, make sure you are getting extra money. So that when you want to do that kind of a thing, you will not use your savings. You will just use the extra money and do it. That way you will not feel it. Like I said, I bought a juicer last week. I paid almost $600. It was not my savings. I waited to they did a sales and they did that sales. They cut like $147. And I also now picked extra shifts, you understand? So I didn't touch my savings to buy. I just bought it like that.
yeah. So it's not like we see. I know most of you are going to be surprised. You'll be saying, but Decency and Nonye, you people are in the outskirts of United States. Instead of you people to be encouraging us that we are coming to enjoy ourselves, you're telling
Not
us
enjoyment. So if you enjoy, you
you're
go
telling us
stranded.
about how we are going to be economizing when we come here. Well, if you feel you don't have any need, any future
Any
plan,
need the hand.
don't have future plan, yeah, you can do that. But if you actually want to build wealth, If you want to build wealth, I don't want you to come here on the high end. Come here and climb to that place. And before
Yes.
you know it, you will climb and pass that level. You know, we all know where we started from. We know we are not there, but we're telling you how we're able to get ourselves to where we are. I know someone who is actually a mentor to me here in the United States. He told me, showed me a picture. The first time he came to the United States for about 1 week, because he didn't have money, as most of you do, he was sleeping on a carton of TV screen that he bought. That's he bought a TV first before he bought even bed. So the carton of the TV was what he was using to sleep. But today he's not there anymore. He has about five real estate portfolio to his name. You know, so it depends. You can start small, but your beginning will never determine your end. Your beginning will be sorry, your end will be far above your beginning. So that's all we are saying here today. I know that a lot of people have benefited. If you know you have benefited something today for the last time, I want you to put value on our chat. Let me see value on our chat. Value, value, value. I want to see a lot of value. Put your values in the chat, guys. I want to see everybody, write value on the chat. All right. Yes. So thank you. Naya, I want to get a final word from you. We've actually done a lot. I don't want us to keep on overflogging this issue. I believe if you have more questions, you can reach out to Nonye. Nonye has dropped her handle. You can reach out to me. You can actually also join the mentorship group so that we can give you more information, especially when you're close to coming to the United States. You get so many information, valuable informations from the group. All right. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Go ahead.
Of course, network mess. Every half
If you know
about
you're not muted, kindly mute yourself. If you know, okay, go ahead, Noye. It's your time now.
Okay. For let me first of all, I want to say thank you so much for this privilege to be able to unleash this, information to these people, because this, like, sometimes I just make videos, random videos on my page, because I know I have a lot of nurses on my page who have not yet transitioned, and the ones who are already transitioning and they're not finding it easy. So I appreciate this. At least it's going to be on your YouTube channel and all that. So the whole thing, like we've said, America is all about information, knowing the right information. If you have the right information, you are going to thrive in this country. If you don't have the right information, you keep on spending money, wasting money, throwing money away. Yes, so because there are some things that you could be able to get freely in this country if you have the right information. But there are some you will not have the right information and you just be throwing money. Then when somebody asks that in the group now, must you borrow money to buy everything? No, you must not borrow money to buy everything in this country. Like, for instance, there's a new year resolution I told myself. I said, anything that is not up to $10,000, I will not borrow money to buy it. Like, I will not use credit card. That is, I will not I don't know how to put it. If I don't have the
Not
money,
finance it. You will not finance
I
it.
will not finance it. If I don't have the money in my account and I'm ready to, I will not get it. I will wait until I have that money, because I learned my lesson the hard way. That was a story for another. So this is my story. It's another a story for another day. One financial mistake I made, and it affected me, because instead of me um I okay, what happened was this. We didn't sign. Like, if you want, please, if you come to this country, once now, let's tell you, read every information before you sign. Read it very well back, even if it's 10 pages, tell them that you want to go home and read it, that when you finish you come back and continue the deal with them. Don't just sign anything, because that was what happened to me. We financed the first set of our furnitures, right? So when we now did this thing, I thought what they meant was that at the end of 1 year, if you didn't finish the payment, they are going to like start adding interest, maybe interest of $100 every month. I didn't know that what they meant was that if it clocks 1 year and you have not finished your payment, they are going to now add 35% of the actual money. Can you imagine? So I'll finish the payments November 17. I didn't finish. I said I'll go to their office November 18. let me go and finish it. When I got to the office, they now told me that payment was left with $30,400. They now told me that I had almost $10,000 left. I was shocked, and I'm like, how come? What happened? They now said that this is what I signed. I'm like, what? I thought so it was. I don't want. He said I don't want to. It gives me PTSD. I don't want to, because I know I ended up furniture of that was 9,200. We ended up paying almost $20,000. Yes. So I don't, and I paid it with pain, but I learned my lesson. So I don't want you to fall victim of such. So before you sign anything in this country, make sure you have read it back to back. If you don't understand it, if you can call Sir Decency your phone, you can call Sir Augustine, you can call anybody that you know that have stayed here. Let them go through it with you before you sign. If not, you will have that money I paid them. Is if I use that money, I would have raised foundation in my father's house. But there is no problem. I learned my lesson, and it made me open my eye. And I'm glad that I learned that lesson early. And because I'll be 4 years in November in America. So I learned it early time, not later. When things, when you don't owe, you come on. No, I learned it now. So my finance, everything, if I want to finance anything, if it's less than 10,000, if I don't have it, if I don't have it cash, I will not finance it. That is my resolution, and it has been working for me, and it's been going well. Okay, so you must not borrow money for everything. No, you must. People buy their car cash down. Yes, people buy their car. They pay $40,000, cash down. That's why if you come here, you have to start strategizing on multiple sources of income. You don't want to just depend on only your shift money and all that. There are people that are here that are earning $5,000 at the end of the month. Or 6,000. They are comfortable with it. They are so happy with it. But me, I'm not going to be comfortable with such. So that's why you see us everywhere. We are trying to make money on social media. We're trying to make money from business. We're trying to make money from extra jobs and all that. It's not like it's because we know where we are coming from. I tested poverty growing up. I don't want to go back to Egypt. So fear of failure it should be a motivation for you. You don't want to go back to like Egypt and all that. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I don't know how best to say thank you to you, Noye. You have been a great resource for us today. We've actually dissected a lot of issues. In fact, this seminar that we had there today, we rushed it. We tried to put everything in one piece. We did everything, but if it's left to be done the right way, this seminar should be like 5 seminars, honestly, because we touched on a lot of issues. Look at us. We went from credit score to money to domestic violence to everything. We went everywhere. And that's amazing. I really want to thank you guys for being with us for this long. I really appreciate you. Nonye's handle is on the comment section. Before this call ends, please kindly go there. Follow her on social media. Patronize her. She has a very great product that she's selling. That's another way of saying thank you to some of our guests. So you go look them up, see what they are selling. If you like it, get it for yourself. And I don't know if Noye has you have your website, right? That they can also go to order.
Yes, I have my website.
Yes. If you can drop your website on the comment section, that would be yes, that would be nice. All right. So now I also want to say before we end, we have some great NCLEX program that is coming up. We have posted the flyer on the comment section. You can link up with us, and there are so many links that has also been shared. If you want to be getting information about this kind of program, you can reach out and then enter one of the group so that anytime that we having this meeting or having this seminar, you will get a notification, you will get the link. And also, you follow us on YouTube, you'll be able to get recorded videos of all the seminars that we have done. And anytime we do a new one, if you click on subscribe and click the notification button, you'll be able to get notification of all the program that we do. Once we post the video, it will allow you to go there and watch the video. All right. So I want to thank everyone that has stayed with us till the end of this program. I think we did a great job. Noye, you were really, really good. Thank you for, doing justice to this topic. At least I know we have saved a lot of marriages today. It's time for you guys to do the housework. Go back to your own different houses and re-strategize with your partner, know what is coming and know how to avoid it. This kind of program that we do, is a kind of program that will prevent havoc from wrecking your marriage when you come to the United States. We want you to stay fulfilled. We want you to stay positive. We want you to continue to fulfill your dream, even the dream of coming here. And if you have been disturbed about the retrogression that we have right now, don't worry. This is going to be just for a time. Very soon, this retrogression will come and pass, and people will be
Yes.
able to enter. Even right now, I'm receiving news from different people that they have gotten their visa. Even me, our company, Decency Staffing Solution, last week, we had somebody from Jordan that we are bringing to the United States. She got her visa. So things are moving. It's not moving at the pace that we want it to move. It's moving very slowly, but I know that for sure one day we are going to have a clear road for everybody to come in, just like it has been before. But before then, keep preparing yourself. Keep preparing yourself for the journey ahead, because now is the only time you have. When you come here is the time for you to write the exam. So, in every class, you would have a time to sit in the class and listen to your teacher. But when you come here, consider it the time for the examination. It's time for you to now, practice what you have learned from the waiting period. So waiting is not no, it's just a time for preparation. I just want you to know that. Keep on looking around you. There's something that Noye did when there was retrogression during Noye's time. Noye went ahead and asked God, what can I use this time to do? And God revealed the business that she's doing now. And that business has made millions upon millions for her. So you can as well do the same thing. Ask yourself or ask your God, whatever you serve. I know we have Muslim, we have Christians in this place. Whoever you serve, ask them of inspiration, and
Yeah.
then you would be able to get one.
Tell them to also start creating content. Like me, before
Yeah.
I started creating content from Nigeria, but I was doing video rarely that time in Nigeria because I didn't have good lighting. You can start writing. From writing, you start growing. Then when you come here, content is not about just the getting paid by Facebook or YouTube. Brands will be, I'm telling you, if brands start reaching out to you, it's a lot of money. You will not now be killing yourself on a shift and all that. If brands reach out to you, it's another portion of this thing. It's another that you can. Then another portion is that of social media. You can sell your product. You can like this. I am. If I introduce another business now, which I'm praying to God to give me insight, and I'm hoping that next year by God's grace, if it's to visit China, I don't mind visiting China to go and see if I can be able to buy things I will start selling. If you It will make people will gain trust from you. And again, another thing again, I've built good friendship from social media. Yes, so I will not lie to you. Decency now, I've not seen him in person. I will not lie to you, but I met him from social media. I don't know if you get. There are people that are here that we met from social media, and they have been like instrument to my family. I've been instrument to them too. If I'm doing something now or something happens to me, there are people that I will reach out to. They've not seen me in person, but they will go all out for me. The same thing with me too. So that's what social media does. So like I said, don't shrink yourself. Start creating content. We have made solid friendship from social media. Don't let people tell you otherwise. Let me give you instance like this Iyabo, at least everybody's head of her daughter's wedding and all that. I did not say you should go and marry Muslim if you're a Christian, or go and marry Christian if you're Muslim. No, I did not say that one. But just learn the lesson from it. She met her husband on a plane. Her mother has already built the ground foundation on which she was already working, as an influencer. Then she went to, because she wanted to be an influencer, then she went to school and she became an influencer. Now, she was flying business class when she met that man. They were going to Rwanda. It was on a business class. If she wasn't on a business class, she would not meet them or Juice or Juma Juice. I don't know if you get. So, and now Priscilla is doing well for herself. See, she just gave birth to a baby. She has not gone back to work, but she has brand ambassador deals. She's, advertising for brands, and they are paying her. She has a lot of brand ambassadors. They are paying her. She's not rushing to go back to work for maternity leave. It's all of them is from social media. So there is money in social media. It's now like people have used social media to change their poverty status. So now that there's integration, start instead of you to be scrolling and scrolling all through Instagram, watching them celebrities, you too can be like them. Start creating content. Yeah, if you don't want to come to Facebook, start with YouTube. YouTube even pay. Start with YouTube. That's one of us. That says Amara Basil. Amara been telling me since last year. No, yeah, start your YouTube page. Start your YouTube page. I was procrastinating. I knew when I first subscribed to Amara. Amara was just at 400 and something for subscribers. Last year, August 8th, if I'm not mistaken. Amara is almost chasing 10,000 subscribers now on YouTube. So it's just start. You must not be perfect. Just start. Then you get there.
Awesome. That's nice. Thank you so much, Nonye. There's a lot. You know, when the social media thing started and YouTube started, we were calling them lazy people. Every day you on
Yes,
ring light.
so
Every day you on ring light and just be
ring light.
misbehaving in front of the camera. And now most of them are driving Benz and doing all that. A lot of
That is
people
it. They
are
buy their
saying
house cash down in UK.
they are
Eh?
coming back to
400, it's not play.
yeah, so go ahead and start up something. Now that you're waiting, start something. Even if it's just to be giving people health advice, health information, do your due diligence, study one topic. A lot of nurses are doing it now, but you can add some creativity to your own. Give health
Yes.
advice to people. It's something that that is prevailing in the community. Maybe some people are talking about, sexually transmitted infection, just some buzzwords, just use them and people will follow you. And before you know it, you'll be bigger than me because a father prays for their child to be bigger.
Yes.
Noye was with me before. I was on social media before you started. And Noye is bigger than me. You understand, on the social media. And it's my joy with all my heart. I'm so happy for what she's doing in that space. And I'm happy. If I'm not happy for her, I won't be calling her to this show with all my heart. So Noye, I really thank you for coming on, and I really appreciate you. I also want to thank all the people that came here today.
Yes. So if they were not here, it will not hold. So
Yeah,
we
if
are
you were not here, we wouldn't be here. So, but we want you to be more. On this show, we had more than almost 120 people attended this.
yes.
So we want more people, especially from different countries. Our last assignment, guys, I want you to thank Noye in your own language. Okay? So you tell Noye thank you, and then put your language and then tell me the country where it's coming from. Okay? So thank you, country and language. Okay, so Edo language, you will say blessings on all of us. That's Nanye. Okay, Nanye, that's English. Okay, Madase from Ghana, yes. And Ya Washila, Gail Owere. I don't know what that is. I made a mistake. Bumko Zuru Kebi. Okay. Imela Dalo Wese from Benin, Dalo Wanyoma from Igbo, Nigeria. Thank you so much. Nonye Imela Chukwugoziegi from Nigeria. Dalo Chunasikelu Lunda, Zambia. Yes, Zambia is here. Bless. Thank you. Hesheun, thank you. I have someone saying thank you, Nonye, in English. I have Songo Abasi. Okay, from from Akwa Ibom. I have a Shumpo Puma, and then I have Songo from Calabar.
Let me
Yeah,
mention
guys.
something. I remember something now. Please, when you come here, don't come and start. Some of us came here, they started eating and eating. They now grew so fat. Like you cannot see that. Please don't come. There's a lot of things to eat here. McDonald's, so Kentucky chicken, all that. Please, when you come, don't if you don't have hold of your appetite, you are going to grow so fat. And fatness equals plenty sickness. So don't
Yes.
lose yourself. And when you see those people that have lost weight or you're admiring them, you want to be like them because you are fat. Then when they are flaunting themselves, you'll be angry within yourself because fat is pressing you. So don't lose yourself when you come. Don't come and start eating everything. Don't become glutton. Because even
Mhm.
Bible told us that we should be able to control our appetite as Christians. So don't lose yourself and don't grow so fat. Yes, so that's so.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Sia Bonga. That's where I'm going to end today. There's a lot of languages. Sia Bonga is from South Africa. So we have people from all over today. The person from Liberia, I wanted to see the thank you in Liberia. I've not seen your own. Thank you in Liberia. I want to know how people in Liberia say thank you. But Nonye, I want to say a very big thank you to you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So today, this is where we're going to draw the curtain, and we believe next week we'll have a very interesting session. There's a guy that is an MP, but he has a peculiar story that I want him to come and share for you guys himself. So I'll be inviting him on this show next week. So come here next week. Get this seminar link from wherever you got it from, and then join us. But if you want to get it from us directly, you can follow us on social media. We drop our seminar links there every Friday. Follow us there and you will get the link. All right. Thank you. And God bless you all. Thank you, Nonye. God bless
Thank
you.
you, sir. God bless
Bye,
you, sir. My
everyone.
regards to everybody.
They were here. Thank you.
First time.
To do a lot.
No, we don't have a car, but I want to.